I should be on starting soon. For the D&D sessions, I don't deafen or mute before the session actually starts. I can hear myself.
Oh no.
And yeah, that's fixed. Alright, now for minor advertisement. That is the wrong button. I put custom title things in your guys' servers, but then in all of the others I just put the adventurers face a great challenge of fighting a bird,
Woo!
which is just not inaccurate.
Or
Yes, thank you, Stream Corner. Surprisingly enough, I know I'm streaming. I'm the one who pressed the fucking button. Welcome, Zero. Hello.
0.
Zero.
I thought I
Zero
didn't...
said he's been here the whole time.
Wouldn't surprise me.
He's been waiting for this moment.
Just never left after last stream.
He's been here the whole week.
Feel a lot better today. That's good. I'm glad. This black coffee is actually pretty good.
Black.
Disgusting. I hate black coffee.
Normally, well, I used to hate it, but I got so used to really crappy coffee because of different jobs I've had, that at this point, you put coffee in front of me, I'm drinking it. I may or may not have your chat pulled up every day. Well, that's sweet. And a little concerning. But we're gonna go with sweet. Just set in the corner till Sunday. You just have it ready for the memes. For anyone in chat who isn't aware, Zero is our resident meme guy.
Meme lord.
Meme lord.
We're just gonna ignore Meme King.
Meme king? Which one are we... Well,
I
what...
said Meme King.
No, I was gonna say, Zero, which one do you want to be? Lord of Memes. Alright, we're changing your name in the fucking stream corner to that, because... it's not an abuse of power, shush.
It works.
0 has accepted the fate.
Okay.
What the fuck is it? Alright, it's changed again.
I said Meme King. Nope.
There you go. No.
Gonna go duck diced.
I don't know I have that open. Hey, don't miss a single meme today. Alright. I mean, Today should be a very meme-filled day. However, I will say we are missing 2 players. Which is unfortunate, but... we will press on. Hydrate. I just took a swig of my coffee, but that's not water. So,
Close enough.
Wait, you're supposed to hydrate
yeah, no.
for with water? Oh.
Well, I've got 2 bottles of it, because Ty likes to drown me.
I'm just gonna drink my coffee.
Same.
Yeah. All,
Got some bottle.
all of you go hydrate.
Water.
I got my first
I
name.
drunk
Oh, okay.
some water.
But wow, that did not take long. Trust me. Nope, that's
How
the
many
one.
minutes into the stream? Is it already a meme?
Not even 6. Alright. Move here, wait for things to load. I don't have my PNG tuber up. I don't
Oh.
exist.
Oh,
No.
you're the horse outside the window.
I'm watching you.
Always watching, Wazowski. Always watching.
Who's that horsey out the window?
How much is this? Doesn't think
There you So I kind of want to commission an artist I haven't commissioned yet, and get a actual PNG for the
The horse.
Ouch.
I mean maybe the horse, but that would be funny. But no, I was gonna say an actual PNG for. Wait, hold on, where the fuck is that?
For you?
Yeah, sorry. Trying to find where
You
my
did.
background is. I can't find it.
Oh my gosh, guys. What if the root of all evil, everything that's being caught, everything that's happening, was the horse? I've solved the mystery.
Twist. The horse is our real villain.
Never trust the horses.
I'll be honest, the fact that the horse is even has become a character. Where the fuck? The background just doesn't exist. Or did I just call it Galaxy? Okay, I just changed the Galaxy thing to it. I didn't actually rename it. I just missized. Alright, there you go. So, quick announcement before we actually begin. I am going to start uploading all of the VODs of the sessions to YouTube. When that starts happening, I will put a link to YouTube here. I will give a bit of pre-warning. Episode 2 doesn't exist.
Oh no.
Ooh.
It
Bring
only
the
happened.
medium saucepan.
It's just, that's gonna be a joke that no one on YouTube knows. Medium sauce fan. I'll be honest, did we ever explain it to chat? Because I don't even know what the whole thing was.
I think that was a nugget thing.
Yeah, no, we just shouted
Yeah.
medium saucepan. And so I called the episode medium sauce. That was it. Oh, okay, yeah. Yes, so starting maybe today, maybe next week. Haven't decided yet. I will start uploading the VODs to YouTube. Obviously, they will be like 5 weeks behind, so I'm going to be uploading like one every week. I also did notice the second hydrate.
Ooh.
That's fine. As an unrelated thing, Shy, I need to talk to you about my PNG tuber in a bit.
Okay.
It's just an unrelated thing. I want to get your permission to do something.
Okay. Gotcha.
Because, you know, it's your art, so. Alright, I think that was all of the things I wanted to do before session. So, quick recap. What do you guys remember?
Aster almost died to a raven.
This did happen, yes.
The bird exploded and the mayor got mad at us.
He asked us to go find the person with the raven, I think.
Well, if
Yeah,
we
that
look
sounds
at the
about right.
Campaign notes. We left the capital, and after about a day of travel, we ended up in a small village. There's like this weird bird looking at us, and we're like, "It's probably fine." And then it swooped and tried to take Aster, and Lucia tried to get rid of it and just decimated. And the mayor yelled at us, and he's like, "Why would you do that? You're scaring the children." And we're like, "It attacked us first. It's not even a real bird." And he's like, "I don't believe you. If it's really magical, find out who's doing it." And then you gave us a hint about what it could be. Use it with the unseen servant.
I don't think I gave you a hint. I think you guys worked that out.
No, you gave us a hint about using the unseen servant. That it's more intelligent than the one who summoned. It could be more intelligent than the one who summoned it, as well as disappearing as soon as it's more than like 60-ish feet away from the caster. But I don't see how that would help, because an unseen servant is different than a summoned creature.
Oh yeah.
Oh
I did
yeah, I
give
know
you
we were
that
on like a.
hint.
Go
Uh,
ahead.
Ty, please.
And then Lucia wanted to make a decoy, and Faerith wanted to catch it to gather intel, even though we already destroyed it. And neither of those two are here today, so.
So fuck that, lads.
There goes our plan, I guess.
I mean, we could just say fuck it and keep going. Because if the
No,
bird
we
really
can
wants me,
still
it'll come
gather-
back.
Say if we do this, we might get some, I don't know, brownie points. People will know us.
True. And money.
Put our name out there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so, quick thing, which is sort of out of character. Helping villages like this, because there's always a problem you can find in the village. In any village you go to, there is a problem you can find. Whether you find it or not, that depends on you guys. Helping solve those problems improves your reputation. However, if you go to a village and cause problems, it's going to harm your reputation. Oh gosh.
So let's go find little problems, and hopefully it leads us to the big problem.
Potentially. It's more just
Question mark.
this will improve how a kingdom and how the people will see you guys.
Well, we already have a bad rep from the bird and the murdering it in front of the children, so
Yeah,
Yeah, but we can change that if we find the person.
yeah.
I will say I do have a little thing which basically just your guys' reputation points.
Mm.
How many rep points do we got?
I'm gonna say 0.
Yeah, same.
Uh,
I'm gonna say
Oh,
-3.
actually-
Well,
We
but
probably
it's-
have like a couple from the fact that we actually got to meet the king.
you've got different ones for each kingdom.
Ah,
Which is
ew.
another
So now we have the.
Yeah, it's another quick meta thing. You can commit a crime in one kingdom, and a different kingdom won't, necessarily persecute you for it. However, they may not trust you.
So
Because you're
no
a no-
committing crime.
No crap.
Sometimes
Got it,
crime might be what you need to do.
For now.
Yeah,
Got
exactly.
it.
For now. Don't commit crime without reason. Alright. So yes, you guys are kind of just in the middle of town. People are now going back to their own business. The children are now playing a game based on what you guys just did, because
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
that's what children do.
Who wants to be the bird?
Do Timmy. No one likes Timmy anymore.
I want to blow up.
We're gonna take my treasure. Okay, Zero, have fun.
Alright, Zero. We won't do anything fun while you're gone.
Bye.
Alright, so. What's the plan? What are you guys gonna do?
Hmm.
Yeah, Cecil did remind you all of my very cryptic hints.
Okay. What were the cryptic hints again? I was totally paying attention.
Oh, I'm alone.
That's because you're in between.
Me.
That's because you're in between the two people that are missing.
Aw, come,
Oh, wait.
Alright,
come join us!
hold on,
You're
hold on. There.
Sorry, I looked at the stream and I was like, hold on, I'm alone.
Yeah, come join us.
There you go.
Yay.
Yay.
Just half the town is empty.
So, she said, we were given a hit about the unseen servant that it may be more intelligent than the one who summoned it, as well as disappearing as soon as it's more than 60 feet away from the caster.
Okay, I don't think my wording was more intelligent. I think my wording was, it doesn't rely on the intelligence or the knowledge, correction, of the one who cast it.
What if we summon it and ask it to find the magical person?
Can the unseen servant do that?
I mean, the only limits that it has is that it disappears for more than.
Also, we got a DM meme.
A what?
A DM meme.
Oh, a DM meme?
Yeah, me. I'm
Oh.
being memed on.
Oh, I was trying to post that and it didn't post.
I wasn't sure if it had been talked about yet or not. It's a good one.
It is liquid.
Liquid is liquid.
It's fine, I ran out of coffee. So now I just have 2
No.
bottles of water.
About half a cup of coffee.
Cool.
I think I actually finished this one today. I have
Yeah.
like 2 unfinished cups of coffee in my room.
God, God damn it, Cecil.
I will take care of them probably later.
You know what's awful? I've run out of coffee.
Ah,
There's no more coffee in my
that's
house.
unfortunate.
Now I'm essentially gonna go buy some in a bit. So, yay, coffee.
Yippee.
I have like a brand new thing of instant coffee.
Coffee's good.
We're really procrastinating on this, aren't we?
Yeah,
I-
because I have no clue.
Well, why don't you
Yeah.
test out Nishu's idea?
Oh, okay, okay. I will do.
Also-
I will cast Unseen Servant then.
Okay. So, you cast the spell, and a sort of shimmering, distortion of the light, Hymix, appears before sort of fading away. To your knowledge, you know there's something there. You know. But, you can't see it.
Oh, okay. Cool. I will tell it to find the person who summoned the birdo.
So those are your exact words. Find the person who summoned the bird.
Is that right, guys?
Yeah.
So, should I ask?
Yeah, we try it.
Yeah, try it.
Yes.
Mhm.
I will say to please find the person who summoned the birdo.
I can't say anymore.
Also,
Okay.
Pan, I'm apologizing for what I'm about to send you.
Oh no.
It's food.
Uh,
It's really delicious looking food.
Hi,
Is it?
Mixel. Hi.
is it?
Peter,
Goody.
the horse is here.
Hi, Wendy. Hi, Winkle.
Peter, the horse is here.
It's your turn.
Horse is here. The horse is here.
I would it.
Hi, Winnie.
Thank you for the mind derail.
It's okay, it's the horse. It's not derailing too far.
Yeah, no, the horse is always there. He's watching you guys. It's fine. He's just keeping tabs on your movement.
There goes Zero, that's the other beam. Peter, the horse is here.
Alright. So, your exact wording is find the person who summoned the bird. Yes?
Now I'm overthinking this now. Take us to the person who summoned the familiar bird. There, that's it. That's the one.
Okay.
I will say that.
So, you feel a hand grab your wrist and start pulling you.
Guys, it's this way.
Uh,
Follow.
Follow the leader.
Everyone
What's
hold
in-
hands so we don't get lost.
What's it-
Nishu is not the leader, actually. I am.
yeah, but you're in Nisha's hat, so it's fine.
Okay, yeah. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Follow the leader as they ride that noble steed.
Follow the leader and her noble steed.
Ooh, what's that? Nope. Fucking cut that. I hate how accurate that is.
Get the tongue out and everything.
That's just the horse. There's the.
Are we sure the horse isn't just Ice King in disguise?
I mean, it could just be the evil disguised as a horse.
What's that? Just the
Yeah,
big bad.
That
Just,
as a horse, yeah. Perfect.
you guys are gonna go through the whole story. Finally find the big bad. You're gonna get ready for the major conflict, and the horse is just gonna show up and kick it. And then surprise, you're fighting the horse now. Alright, so, yeah. So Nishu is being led by their wrist, through the town. You guys do actually notice that, the sort of clothing around Nishu's wrist has been sort of crumpled, as though it is being held.
Oh.
So, there is
That's weird.
and there's a little bit of the sort of dirt being pressed down just in front of Nishu, as though someone is stepping there, though you can't see anyone. It's just this tiny details that, you know, there's someone, or there's something there, it's just not visible. But yes, so, this leads you, sort of through the town, and just sort of out to the outskirts of town, and just keeps going, to about, 10 minutes outside of town, at which point it just sort of stops.
Is this it?
It stops just before,
I mean, of course.
yeah, it just stops just before the sort of foresty, well, it's not so much forest, it's just very dense, like grass and a few trees.
Hello?
Question
Thank
about the unseen servant.
Yeah.
What does it say about, bloody... Yeah, give me the specifics of the spell again.
There's a lot. I'm gonna warn you now. This spell creates an invisible, mindless, shapeless, medium force that performs simple tasks at your command until the spell ends. The servant springs into existence in an unoccupied space on the ground within range. Are you asking if it disappears or not?
Yeah. Which, by the sounds of it, does not.
If you command the servant to perform a task that would move it more than the spell ends.
Is that more than 60
Once-
feet from you? Or
Yes.
from its original location?
From me.
Okay. Well, luckily it
Once on
grabbed
each
your
of
hand.
your turns, as a bonus action, you can mentally command the servant to move up to 15 feet and interact with an object. The servant could perform simple tasks that a human servant could do. Once you give the command, the servant performs the task to the best of its ability until it completes the task, then waits for your next command.
Okay. So yeah, it's brought you to this sort of a few trees and dense grass, and now it just stops.
Okay. It's guys, it's telling me it's somewhere around here. That's where I pick it up
Yeah.
from this.
Hey, come out! Oh, what? Just start screaming.
Ferrith starts licking trees. I sent this over here.
Impa, get away!
For story purposes, we'll say that Therith and Lucia stayed in town.
Okay.
They tried out their plan of luring the bird.
They're making.
Yeah. Well, they're staying in town just in case, you know, you guys aggravate something or something along those lines.
Hmm.
Right. Should we look for the thing, I guess?
Yeah, let's start looking around.
Alright, looking around, looking around.
Alright.
Check any bushes.
So, you guys are just kind of going into this grass and looking around for something?
Yeah.
Roll me investigation checks.
Okay.
Everyone who wants to be, like, in the grass looking around.
Fuck.
I guess I should probably open up my character sheet.
I got 11 altogether.
Okay.
Oh.
If you can't find anything, I'll use a little bit of magic.
Okay, 16.
You said investigation?
18.
18, okay.
4.
4, okay.
I rolled a 2. Literally, if it was over just a little bit, I would have gotten a nat 20.
Yeah, that's kind of how the dice work. We'll start with Flick. We'll kind of go up in investigation. Flick notices some bugs and gets very distracted.
Beetles!
Beetles.
Yeah, there's some
The
little
Beatles?
The Beatles. Oh my god. Big fan.
Yeah, those just little bug versions of the Beatles.
They're the dancing bugs! Adventure Time.
Oh my god.
If you can't tell, I've been rewatching Adventure Time.
Nisha, you got a 11, you said, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, Nisha, you can't find anything in particular. Yeah, there's some, yeah, obviously there's tall grass, there's a few different types of flowers, which you do note that's a bit odd, how many types of flowers there are in this area. I don't like
Kind
them.
of sus.
Like, sure, you can have a wide collection of flowers, but this number is a bit odd. How many? Asta, you had 16, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So as you're searching around, maybe it's because you're kind of literally under the grass, and so can get a better view. But you do find a bit where the sort of grass is not real. I mean, it's real, but it's being preserved and kept alive because it's not actually attached to the floor. It's just covering something. Rose, you also notice that, but you notice one more thing, which is a little something watching you guys from the trees. A little black bird with a red shimmer around it. Fucking motorbikes.
Hello.
The bird is the word.
The bird is back. It's the same bird. It looks identical to the bird that got exploded like 10-20 minutes ago.
It's here for its revenge.
Well, the grass is weird here.
What do you
You
see?
could say the raven's here for its revenge. Points to tail.
Oh, oh.
But
Wait, what
seriously, we need to get the demon's bird.
Wait, where's the bird?
In the tree.
Tree? Which tree?
I mean, I'm assuming Rose is pointing at it.
That tree.
Oh. Get in the cat.
This is
Who's probably the closest to me? Rose, let me in.
yeah, Rose is probably close to.
Okie dokie.
Alright, so Asa just scampers up Rose and climbs in that hat for safety.
Safety.
Protect the leader at all costs.
Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
I'm the leader. There's no one here to deny me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Uh,
just like, yes, fearless leader. And I'm like, yes,
Aye, aye, Captain.
yeah, the bird's just kind of looking at you guys.
what do you want? I'm like peeking out of the hat. What do you want? Go away.
It opens its mouth. It just leaves it open as a voice comes out of it.
Ew. Bro.
What? Why are you here?
That's a good question, huh?
We're minding our business. What are you doing here?
Hi, Atlas.
Atlas.
I live here.
Ow, ow.
Hmm. Why
You-
did you attack me?
I didn't. The raven did.
Well, either way, why did your bird attack me?
Did you aggravate it in any way?
No.
I'm almost certain you did something to it.
Did we do
I'm,
anything to
look,
it?
I'm lying.
If you're lying, roll me a deception check.
Oh,
Hold on. I know what I'm doing.
Do you?
deception
They-
is under charisma.
Mm,
Do any of you
Wait.
ever know what you're doing?
No,
I
mm.
thought not.
we do. We have art on the brain most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm literally doing art right now.
No, can
Not
I?
this, but I am doing art.
Yes.
What you got?
I got a two. A two.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Wait, a two in total.
Oh.
A two in total.
A two.
What's your deception modifier?
I have 2 for deception, but 0 for charisma.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no, that'd be. So you rolled a 2. So you'd have.
So you
4.
add 2, right?
Yeah, you'd have 4.
Yeah, so you have 4. It's still low, but it's
Yeah, it's
Are
a
the
little.
two-
It's a little higher.
a little higher.
Yeah, so you'll always have a
Hello.
minimum of
Fantastic.
a 3.
Yeah. Well, no, because a natural 1 is complete failure.
I guess.
So yeah, you either get a natural
Yay!
1 or a minimum of 4.
Okay, cool. So I got a 4.
Yeah. So, um,
Oh,
The-
thank
the-
you, Nisha.
the-
Was just
the raven sort of just cocks its head and goes, "That's a lie."
Damn, I can really tell.
Okay,
If
okay, I might have just like put up my fist at him, and I didn't really touch the thing, but
No, but it
Intimidate.
touched.
She was doing a scrappy, like let me at him, that kind of thing. Not like she
yeah,
didn't really attack.
yeah.
That was our friend that punched the bird, but that
Yeah.
was like after the fact. So,
Yeah.
so the bird struck first, technically. Aster just threatened.
Yeah.
we weren't. It's not like we were gonna let her do anything.
Yeah, I couldn't reach the thing anyway. It was on like top of a building or something.
Yeah, the bird approached her.
Yeah.
And that led you.
Followers got me.
So you vanquished my bird, and then
Mhm.
decided to pursue me. Why?
Because your bird attacked our friend
And that mayor thinks we're crazy.
slash our leader, and also yeah, that's it.
The mayor has always been dull-minded.
Why is
So-
that?
What do you mean? Why is that?
Why is he dull-minded? Like, is he like against
He's stupid.
you or something? Do you have something against you?
Yes, but that's unrelated. That's pettiness. He's dull-minded because he's a simpleton.
Mm.
He barely knows how to read and write.
Oh.
Go
Maybe
for
we
his
should-
throat. Go for his throat.
Tell you what,
Damn.
if you can find out how to get into my home, we can talk more. Until then, goodbye.
What?
And the raven shuts its mouth and just it goes back to just dead staring at you guys. Which is still unsettling because it's looking forward like a predator.
Yeah.
Too tight.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Alright, Aster, where's that fake grass that you saw? Maybe we can use it as a way to find the place.
Hold on. Get out of the hat.
It's like right at
Okey-doke.
Rose's feet.
Yeah, it's like right down here.
Huh?
I'm stepping in it.
I like the idea that just anytime Aster is talking to something, they just lift the person's hat a bit. So they're still just
Yeah, or,
stood,
like,
stood
hold
on
it
their head.
Choose a hat, win a prize. Is the mouse inside? Who knows?
Be careful if
Yeah,
you
all
pick...
3 people here have a hat, so
Oh yeah.
The only person who doesn't have something that that Aster can hide in is Lucia.
Oh yeah. Unlimited hiding spots.
well, limited to 4 people, but
You've got 3
Unlimited.
You've got 3 hats and a hood.
yeah.
But yeah, so this little fake grass bit is like just by Rose's feet.
Now we gotta see where we gotta see if the fake grass has like a stopping point.
Do we know if it's underground or not?
You have no idea.
He just said we just have to look for it.
Oh. Should we do the Scooby Stew style and split up?
all you know is that there's fake grass on the floor. You guys haven't interacted with it at all.
I'm gonna touch it.
You touch it? Alright. And you kind of
touch it.
just put your hand on it. You just move it. It just moves and there's a little trapdoor there.
Strong mouse.
I mean, it's grass.
Yeah.
Not exactly.
Either way,
Anyone
we're
can
in.
just pull it.
Can we see anything unusual
It is just a wooden trapdoor.
route.
The
Oh,
wooden
we
trapdoor
found the wooden
itself-
chapter. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
We found
it
the
was,
hiding pot.
it was just
spot.
it was just under the grass.
Yeah. This wasn't
Right.
sneaky at all. It's right here,
There was-
man.
They were saying, in
Maybe.
order to find me, you must solve my riddles 3, and then we just pull the grass.
It's just like, is
Oh,
it
we
here?
got it. That's where it is.
It was under the grass all along.
It was underneath us all along.
You could say it was under our noses.
Great job, guys. We did it.
All right, who's opening it?
Maybe it was the friends
I'll open
of
it.
on the way.
Alright, so Asta, you said you're opening it?
Yep.
Roll me a strength check.
We're doing all the rolling today.
Only you. For the most part.
Don't fail me. You have failed me.
Oh no.
No! I can't add anything to a 1, right?
Nope, one is a natural
Oh.
failure.
I opened it now.
So, Asta, you attempt, instead you hit your back and get a splinter.
Oh.
Splinter. Anything but a splinter.
Me,
Uh,
I go next.
Alright, Rose, roll me a strength check.
We all get that one.
Captain non-existent.
Wait, who's rolling a strength check?
Rose,
Me.
Rose's trying to open the door now.
It's whatever I roll plus a modifier. I mean, plus the strength modifier.
Unless it's a 1.
Okay.
Or 20.
17.
17? Okay. So you kind of just dig your hand in, grab it, and manage to pull about... It's open enough that Asta could jump in, but not the rest of you, because of a iron chain that connects the trapdoor to, something just beneath it.
Fiddlesticks.
That iron
It's
chain...
locked.
Yeah, that iron chain
I
has...
break all of my bones to get fit.
The iron chain does
not
have a
gonna do
few
that.
symbols on it, though.
It has symbols on it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There are
Symbols.
3 symbols on the iron thing. The first one looks sort of like an N with a bit poking out the top. Like a lowercase n, by the way.
Oh.
Oh, an H.
No.
Oh.
No, that poking out the set, like a H, but you just moved it to the center.
Oh, like
I
a witch
spaced out.
bag?
Listen, I spaced out after 3 symbols because only 2 symbols can be used to make music. Like you class 2 symbols together. you
God
get
damn
it? I'm so funny.
Boo! Get rid of this guy.
Oh.
Hold on, look, Rose is a jester, so what are you gonna, what can you expect?
Yeah.
So yes, there are 3 symbols. The first one is like an arch with a bit pointing out the top middle bit of it. So like a H, but you put the line in the center. The second one is like an X and a plus. All inside of a circle. And then the last symbol is a sort of oval shape with a line on the top left corner.
Can you describe that last one again?
It's an oval with a line on the top left corner.
What do you mean by line?
I mean a line. It's just a line going
A
diagonally.
vertical line?
A diagonal.
Oh, diagonal. Is it touching the circle?
Yeah.
What
You
the-
say oval. Is it like long ways horizontally, long ways vertically?
Vertical.
Details. Eat details.
And then is the line like going through the circle, or is it going like
It's through the top left.
Does it just kind of stick in, kind of like when you?
Or does
see,
it
All the way through.
Someone
all the way through.
like,
Poking,
You guys are
poking out
probably
both
just
sides.
drawing. You guys
Poking
are
out
probably
both
just
sides.
drawing these out. I'm just doing a little dance.
What was that?
Rose is just dancing. We'll do a little shimmy.
Okay, I have no idea what the second one looks like. You said it was a plus sign and what else?
A plus sign and an X inside of a circle.
I'm still stuck on symbol 3.
A plus sign and an
Okay,
X
Hold on, let me open up.
inside of a circle.
Let me open
No,
up.
no, no. Don't draw it. Just explain it better.
Fuck you.
What the Any of-
I love you.
What sort of quick
Okay.
message?
So the last symbol is an oval, which is more vertical.
Okay.
Like
and
an
it's a
egg.
with a line going diagonally through the top left corner, poking out both sides.
Oh, okay, I get that.
I got
There.
it.
Wait,
Okay.
circle.
So,
don't-
look at that.
Zero is just planning to nuke my stream one day.
Yeah.
It's okay. A lot of people are planning to nuke mine.
That's why I give free art, cause like, so they don't have to nuke my stream.
Are these the symbols?
In fairness, I made it 100,000, so you gotta watch a lot of my streams to be able to just kill it. No.
Oh yeah, you want to nuke my stream? Watch every stream.
Oh, I was
so-
thinking that last one was like an oval. It was like an upside down Q looking
Yeah.
thing.
Kinda. So the first symbol doesn't have that first little line. It is just the arch.
Also,
Take that left line bit off. It is just the arch with a point. The second symbol, yes. The third symbol, no, it is going diagonally the other way and through the top left corner, not through the middle.
That is the left.
that is the left.
No, like
No.
cut
does it
cut the
start
line
on-
in cut
Hold
the
on.
line in half.
Hold on, let me.
Wait, so it's a
So-
Q?
I'm.
It's like a Q, upside down
Goes
Q.
across both ends. You said start at the left and go to the right. That does look right.
I did not
Right?
say good.
Yeah.
When
You
did I
said
say-
it goes through it.
Yes. Through the top left corner.
Like a Q.
For the top left, it is like a Q.
Everyone's
The
each
fucking-
other.
Someone neither confirmed nor denied if it was like a Q. Like an upside down Q.
Upside
And
down
then
Q.
completely said through the left, even though it's on the left.
No, like that.
Oh.
What?
That's poorly drawn, but the base concept is there.
Oh yeah, that's what
That's
I
on
was
the
thinking.
right.
That's the left.
Oh yeah,
That's
wait.
in the top left
Yeah, that's
corner.
yeah, that's,
In
that-
the top
that's-
left corner.
Yeah,
That's
that
just
is
the
left, though.
fucking top then. Oh my god.
Oh, well, it's the left. It starts on the left and then goes up to the right.
No, because it goes.
Right, I gotta get
So there's the middle
What?
of it. It cuts the. It doesn't go to the
I'm
right. It
telling you
doesn't go
right
on the
now,
right side of things.
If we go play We Were Here again,
Wait.
I'm gonna die because you can't describe symbols.
Fuck you. I'm
Wait,
the only
I
one
love
that
you,
died.
man.
I'm the only one
Wait,
that
wait.
dies for shit. 'Cause I'm
Wait, the last
like
one is
that.
literally a Q?
No.
That's not a Q.
I'm confused.
It's a boiled egg with the top of it chopped off.
Yeah. Oh god.
Fuck's sake.
Symbols are.
It's like the tip of it sliced off.
Those are the splitter.
Does this matter at all?
Yes.
Meanwhile, all you're just fighting about these symbols. Meanwhile, I'm like, hi. It's like, just hi.
The poor
Yeah.
chat has no idea what we're doing, and we're just screaming.
We're
I'm having
Sharing
a good time. I don't know what
images.
it is.
yes. Okay, that last image is close enough. Good god.
What? It's not.
Close enough. It's exactly what you drew.
So it's more. No, whatever. No, it's fine.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, the last one is. Yeah, that looks about right.
It's close enough. It's fine.
It looks like the ovals were skinny.
It's
And also the slash was a little bit longer, but yeah, I think it's fine.
it is close enough. It's fine. Moving on. Those are the
Whatever,
three
I'm
symbols.
over it. I got a in my
The-
finger.
Those are the three symbols you guys see. Can make more beams. Boo! That's dumb.
Boo.
Boo.
Wait, make you pay to make memes? Just grab the pictures, edit them. Oh, you what are you using?
It's gonna give me a fucking brain aneurysm.
Fuck you.
Yeah, me too, to be honest.
Everyone's having mind grades. Meanwhile,
Okay,
I
I'm
s-
just like, hey. So we gonna tell our leader to go into the hole, or
Yeah. Anyway, look.
What are
Yeah.
y'all going for?
I mean, literally,
Yeah, we're not big. We're
Ast-
too
Ast-
big to go
Aster
through.
cut. Yeah. Ast-
yeah.
Aster's the only one that can fit through. But there are those three symbols on the chain.
Fine, I'll go in.
Okay.
Well, good luck.
I can't draw.
Good luck, we love you.
I will say. I will say it is pitch
You'll
black down
think-
there.
It's what?
Pitch black down there.
Pitch black.
Oh.
I'm gonna cast light. It's a cantrip,
Okay.
and like
What do you
make
ca-
it small and like have it follow.
Don't.
There.
Doesn't light have to go onto an object?
Do we have a stick? Is there a
Yes.
stick nearby?
Bean!
Bean!
No, Lucia has been no.
No, we have
no,
bean.
you guys
Oh,
have
we have
bean.
bean.
Yeah, we're gonna
Oh,
say
we
you
do,
guys have
we have
bean. Are you guys just
Okay.
gonna chuck bean down there?
No,
No!
don't chuck Bean!
Bye, bean. Good luck.
We can fly.
No.
I don't think.
I will grab. I'll find a little twig that's big enough,
Mm.
big and small, for Aster, and kind of just light, and then give it to Aster.
All right, Aster, you now have what is the equivalent of a tiny glow stick.
Nice.
Scream if you need anything.
Alright.
All right. So how are you going into this under this trapdoor? You just kind of jumping, or are you gonna very carefully, see if you can grab anything?
You know what? I've been having bad luck with rolls. I think I'm gonna take this carefully.
Okay.
Knowing if
Alright, so as you kind of go under, you start to look around, and there's like a little metal ladder going down. It's got.
Oh, the ladder?
Yeah, it's. Here's the thing though, it is perfectly vertical, so it's going to be very awkward for your size to get down it.
Oh.
But it's doable. You're just
Slide down
gonna.
the slide like a fireman. Slide down the side of it like a fireman.
No,
True.
when I say like a metal ladder, I mean the rungs are stuck into the wall,
Uh,
so there is no sides to it.
mm. I'll just hop down each like little step where your feet's supposed to go, like slowly.
Yeah, it's just gonna be very awkward. We'll make you make an acrobatics check to do this.
Awesome, so cool, so.
Please don't roll a natural one.
Don't put that in the universe.
Roll a natural 20. Do a backflip.
I
Do a flip.
Do a triple back.
Do a triple backflip while eating a corn dog.
All right, I got a 17.
That works.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
So you kind of just hold the stick in your mouth and start flipping down each rung. And yeah, eventually you make it to the bottom of this pit. And you see sort of a little in the distance there is a door lit by two braziers with blue flames in them. But it's a large stone door. There's nothing specific around you.
Okay, I go to the door and oh wait, it's probably like tall as shit.
Yeah, it is. It's You can tell that it's large even for a regular door.
Mm. Hey guys, there's a big door down here.
Cool.
Knock to see if anyone's home.
Oh, you know what? That's well, actually, no. This is kind of dumb because like an enemy.
You're not supposed to
behind
be in there. So.
there. I'm down here by myself. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Never mind. Disregard what I said.
You're like, oh shit, I already knocked. It's like, no, I'm joking.
Luckily for you guys, the bird is still watching the three of you that are still above ground. It has not gone un.
Wait,
Stop looking at us!
Yeah, the
how is
bird-
it lucky?
Well, because otherwise it could be in the cave with you.
Oh yeah, good point.
So maybe no one's home. Maybe I should knock. Actually, that's dumb, because then if no one
Alright.
answers, then I'm just like, well.
I will be right back. I need to pee.
Okay.
Okay.
While we try and figure this out.
Quick,
Hmm.
cause chaos in the chat. Go, go, go.
Hey yo, what's up, chat?
All I can think about is drawing the scene, just us arguing, like about the O and the Q, the weird looking symbols. Us just
Yeah.
arguing about that.
I love Pan.
Yeah, I'm thinking
but
about that
she does
too.
not know how to
It's like everyone
describe
arguing,
symbols.
meanwhile I'm just dancing. So you guys heard the Burger King song that was trending recently? I don't know why I was thinking about that song.
Whopper, 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 Junior.
Well,
Double,
that one, but
Triple
also,
Whopper.
yeah, sure, that one. I was thinking about the, I'm at the drive-through of Burger King, you know that one.
Oh, I don't know that one. I don't think.
I don't know
Oh,
that
yeah,
one
that
either.
was
I
a-
only know the Whopper Whopper one.
Yeah.
Because I keep getting excited thinking it's the original song, and then it's just Whopper Whopper, and I'm like, fuck!
You can't escape it. It will forever be there.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the last time I had Burger King.
Yeah.
I don't like. Yeah, it's been.
That's a nugget saying y'all having fun.
We should say,
Nugget!
what do these symbols look like? Describe them for us.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
What's that?
We weren't talking about you behind your back. Nope.
That'd be awfully rude if you were. Alright. What's your plan? You guys have these symbols on a chain that's blocking you from going down. And Asta
yeah, we
has
had to think
a
about that.
yeah, Asta has a large stone door.
Y'all don't know any spells that could like break that door so y'all can get down here?
I
I
know
know all
one
four magic.
spell.
Oh?
I know one spell, but I think that would be a bad idea on my part.
Is it the fire one?
Maybe.
Yeah, reminder, you're in a bunch of tall grass.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I also got magic missile too now.
That one
Too
wouldn't
all
set
too
f-
close for that.
Yeah. I mean,
Let's-
you
okay,
You could step
Is
back.
there a keyhole?
There's not. There wasn't even a handle on this door.
Damn it. There goes my plan.
Isn't there a lock on it or something? Like, how's the chain on there?
It's just kind of connected to
It's
the
a
under-
door, so
it's
it's like it's a chain door.
Yeah, no. So it's the chain is connected to the underside of this. Basically, imagine just a wooden block stuck on the floor with a hinge, and then on the
Okay.
underside there is a chain kind of just stabbed into it and stabbed into the
Mm.
ground.
So you could probably if we had somebody strong enough, they could have pulled it up,
Maybe.
right?
These symbols,
Yeah, maybe.
not Aster, Nishu, you could probably just guess that these symbols have some magical say.
Okay.
Just because
Uh,
they're weird symbols, they don't mean anything in any known dialect, so probably not. At least you don't recognize them.
Can I do Arcana check to see if the
Arcana?
chain? Yeah, Arcana. What did I say? I don't know.
It's Arcana.
I
Or
thought-
Arcana.
Yeah.
That's
So
fine. Don't
what-
worry
Calling
about
it Arcana.
it. That's
That
fine.
one.
Don't worry.
I want to look to see if there's magic on the chain.
All right. So yeah, you're trying to determine there's magic. Yeah, go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Yeah.
It's
I
Arcana.
didn't get a natural
Oh, no.
20, but I got 17 plus 3 is 20.
Okay. Yeah, these are definitely magical symbols. Your best guess based on, there's 3 of them there. It's a code. the code.
Ooh.
You're gonna have to basically just figure out how this code corresponds. Again, best guess, it might be you've got to find these symbols around you. Maybe you've got to find out what these symbols translate to. Like, oh, one of them could be like a hill. The other is like the setting sun, some shit like that.
Mm.
Wait, where are those? Where are the symbols? One of them looks like a wheel. Another looks like one of those things you get out of like a turkey, like the wishbone thing.
Mhm.
And then the other one kind of looks like an egg with a hat on it.
Any new memes? I don't think so. I mean, Aster's down in this dark cave with a stone door all by themselves.
Esther!
Yeah.
Esther! Do you see any symbols anywhere?
No, just a door.
Is there anything
Is there-
on the door?
Stones.
Perception check.
Okay.
Roll me a perception check. Aster.
Perception.
Me? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Aster has a glow stick. That's a thing.
Okay. Yeah.
I really wish I was good at art because some of these little bits you guys have caused would be like really scenic pieces.
Ooh, unnatural 20. Because I got a 19 and then +1. Hurt me.
Alright. Yeah, there's definitely writing on this door. And it just says, why is the, no, shit, fuck, where is it? I wrote it down. Where's my note? Also, good luck, it's a riddle. I have too many notes for too many different things. No. 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 There. What does a raven and a writer have in common?
What is a writer and a what?
A raven and a writer have in common.
Oh, I feel like I know this one. I feel like I've heard this before.
It is based on the why is a raven like a writing desk.
Oh, fuck. I know
However,
this.
however, yeah, it's not that riddle.
A raven and a writer have in common.
They both have dark, edgy sides to them.
Excuse.
The angst is real.
Hey guys, the door says, what does a raven and a writer have in common?
They both have, like, fuck, what's it called? Not quills. It's not a writing quill thing. It's like the
Quills.
You like,
Yep,
yeah, you write. Yeah, is that
Seven.
it? Is that the answer? When they
Maybe-
got in
Time to Google it, Secretary.
common. Do we?
it's
The
a
internet.
riddle I made up, so
Oh, okay.
Um,
So it's not quill.
you guys can also
How is
try
a
to
raven
solve
and a writer like
Yeah.
each other?
what do a raven and a writer have in common.
Right.
I lost by 20.
You guys could also be trying to decipher what the symbols mean up top. You've got two separate puzzles to solve here.
Oh no, puzzles. Oh
I'm gonna
no.
stick with my puzzle down here.
I will
I'm also
say,
gonna help with the word.
The ones with the symbol isn't much of a puzzle at the moment, considering we have nothing to compare it to, and none of it, and it's like you said, it's not part of any.
You guys could look around. There might be something there.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'll go scrounge around and see if there's anything else nearby.
Okay, investigation check.
E. That'd be a 7.
God. It does not help that you guys are all poorly, so...
Writer.
Heyo, wait.
Well, all I can get from this word clue is that both words have 2 syllables. That's all I get out from that.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
The symbols.
Yeah.
2 syllables.
Are they just symbols or are they a language?
They are not a
Like,
language
are they
any of
writing?
you... They are not a language any of you know, so your best assumption is symbols.
Can I try casting comprehend language?
Yes.
To see if it is in fact a language or just symbols.
Yeah, go ahead. Describe how you cast it. Just for flavor.
I'll dig through my bag and I'll get out like a little baggie of my different materials and I'll take out a pinch of soot and salt. And I'll kind of like rub them in between my hands. And I'll say a spell in like an old guy's voice, like an old wizard's voice. Yeah.
Alright. So, as you do this, the stuff in your hand just sort of dissipates. And your eyes have a slight glow to them. Nothing, you know, spectacular. But just a very minor thing that, yeah, your eyes are under the effect of a spell. As sort of are your ears, but they glow a little less.
Cool. Can I try looking at the symbols now?
Yes, you can. And yeah, they do actually translate to something.
Woo! Okay, I will dig out my little notepad. What does it say?
Tree, grass, rock.
Tree, grass, rock.
That's the symbols in order. So the little arch with the point, that's tree. The wheel, basically, is grass. And the one we had difficulty with is rock.
Okay. Ooh, I almost knocked my coffee over.
Don't do that.
Ooh.
I didn't, but I almost did. It'd be great if my pen didn't keep cutting out of me. Tree. I am going. Let's see. I will write this down and then I'll go up to the other two, and show off, my notebook. And
Yeah.
I will have this. Show them this.
What you got, Flick?
The giraffe?
The little
Tree,
note.
grass, rock.
Oh,
And
this
then
is
I just say, magic, comprehend language.
Oh. Smart.
smart cookie.
Okay, let's see. Tree, grass, rock.
Does it have anything to do with the ritual down there? Probably not. Actually, now that I think about it, it's probably not. They're probably
Maybe,
not correlated.
maybe
I
we
will.
have to look for these specific things.
Because we found the grass.
And we
And
gotta find a
the
tree.
trees are around us,
Yeah, the trees are
but
around you.
I guess a specific tree.
I will say, as a quick sort of thing, you two specifically, Flick and Nishu, realizing that this is a language is a bit shocking in a way, because that means this is a old as fuck language. Like, old enough that nobody alive speaks it. And there are people who are thousands of years old.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Hmm.
Whoever this is must be very old and probably looks good for their age.
Like Calyx.
Yeah, like Calyx. Oh, maybe Calyx would know this language. Who knows?
Calyx is a few hundred, I believe.
With each session,
Oh,
I
100.
regret not learning sending.
Oh, maybe that could be when you're upgraded.
Yeah.
Is that a cantrip?
No.
Oh.
Or maybe. I don't know.
I don't think I can learn it personally. So,
Message is cantrip, yes. Well,
I
point your finger towards a creature in range and whisper a message.
Trying to think of a spell that actually helps you communicate easier, but anyway, yeah. So you now have what these symbols mean. There are trees around you. There's grass around you. There are rocks around you.
Guess we start searching them all.
alright. Who wants to go look at trees and who wants to go look at rocks?
Oh, look at trees.
Rock.
Alright. Someone should probably stay here and make sure Aster doesn't get completely destroyed. Or something.
Go with
like
this
that.
riddle. I don't understand it.
So I'm just imagining Asta just sat in front of this door, looking grumpy, just like, it's weird.
I'm just waiting for you all to get down here.
We'll be down soon, probably.
Yeah.
I'm about to start hitting this door.
I may not suggest doing that. You don't know
Don't
what's behind
do
that
that.
door.
Well, it can't give me another splintered stone, so
It could bruise your tiny fingers.
I'll be fine.
I mean, you have a glowy stick. You could hit it with that.
Yeah! Hit it
You might come.
with the stick. Hit it with the stick.
Asta just starts hitting the door with a stick. Nothing happening. Just it's relieving some anger from Asta though. Yeah, Asta has a glow stick.
Stick that glows.
It's a very tiny glow stick.
Yeah.
Where's the boy? Which one? Which boy?
I'm the boy. I'm here.
Where's the boy?
The boy
I'm
is
the
in
boy.
is
The
underground.
other boy is not here, but
Also, I'm not a boy.
A flame
Flame boy. Oh, Bean.
oh,
Bean.
Bean. Okay.
The child.
We'll say which one of you wants to have Bean?
I want to have Bean.
Can you carry Bean?
Oh,
Bean's
I
in
thought he
a-
could float.
Bean is in a lantern.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Bean
in
in the lantern.
oh yeah, and the lantern's too big for me. Never mind, I can't hold him.
Being small has its disadvantages. And also, you're in the hole, so you can't really get.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys. I will say, the lantern is
We
small
just
enough that
chuckle.
you could fit the lantern in the gap you've got. However, it would just fall.
Oh no.
No.
I don't want the
that to
lantern.
happen.
Then Bean won't have a
It,
home.
it might be damaged. It might be fine. You don't know.
True.
I
Just to
don't
be safe,
wanna-
we're not gonna do it. Bitch.
Okay.
My rolls have been kind of iffy, so just to be safe.
Okay, so which one of you has Bean?
I'll carry Bean.
Okay. I love and hate that that character, one, exists, and two, is called Bean. But
Just our little god.
you know, this is one of the best and worst things about being a DM, is I can introduce a character like that, who is supposed to have zero importance and just be a thing that you kind of maybe interact with. And you guys just went, adopted. That's ours.
Child.
I mean, I'm still iffy on Bean. I don't know. They came from like weird dimension, you know?
Use.
Take
That's
that
true.
back about our child.
Just covering the part of the lantern and so its ears. How dare you?
It turned from a humanoid-looking shape to a little flame, and it came from a different dimension. You don't know what happens there.
Y'all talking shit about being up there?
No, no, leader, ma'am, no.
She wins.
Don't make me climb up there.
I will turn this party around.
We'll go back into that town and do nothing for the rest of the session.
Oh no.
Find anything over there?
Yeah, sorry, investigation checks.
Right. See? I got a funny little 5.
Okay. I want you guys to know I have been lowering the DC every time you do this. And then you keep rolling lower than...
Yeah.
Sorry.
The DC's at like 10 now.
This is my first like kind of bad roll anyway, so
Uh,
when it was spreading. So
okay.
Shut up.
Yeah, no, you're struggling. However, the Raven does start. Your best, translation of what noise this is it's laughing at you guys.
hey,
Hey, rude. We're trying our best here.
laugh at us.
And I'll say you other two up there can also do investigation checks if you're also searching.
Yeah. Try again. I'm not using my friggin' dice this time because that has been ruining me. 13.
13. Good enough. We'll say because this bird is laughing at you, you gotta go over there. But notice that the tree it's on isn't right. Like, it's kind of hollow-ish with a very faint sort of glow. Like, it's not a real tree. That's definitely not a real tree that it stood on.
I'll be like, I go up there and I'm like,
Stretch.
weird tree.
Tree?
Weird tree, you say.
Weird tree.
Yeah, as you two go over, you see the exact same thing. It's not a real tree.
I mean, I guess that's to be expected because the grass is fake too. So
Where's Faerith when you need him to test out a tree?
I mean,
he licks the tree. Yep, this is definitely rubber.
you guys could touch it.
By the way, stretch and hydrate.
Yep, just did both. Thank you, Jackson. Thank you, Ty. Alright, so,
You guys gotta touch the tree.
Yeah.
Poke it with a stick.
okay, so Rose, you're touching the tree.
I poke it with my finger.
Alright, as you poke the tree, the glow sort of grows and lights up. The whole thing is lit up in a sort of
Oh,
in a sort of greenish glow. The raven, quite startled, it gets off and flies away to just a different
Giant
tree.
glow stick. Oh, there goes the bird.
But you do hear a tinkling noise, followed by a crack.
Oh,
It came from over by the trapdoor.
oh, okay.
Which
I
the,
just realized
bit,
all of us are over here.
Oh,
Yeah, the
right,
tra-
the
the
trap
tra-
door.
the trapdoor's shut now. You just gotta let it close.
Oh god.
oh no!
No.
The raven is now sat on it.
Ah, bird.
You need to just scream at it.
Just
Wait,
a
look
little-
at the bird. The bird's over here now. It's looking at me.
It is just staring at you guys now.
The thing. The thing.
Up the door!
The chain. The chain broke.
Oh,
None of the chain things broke.
No, the chain is on the inside.
Sorry.
It's holding it shut.
Something came from inside.
No, it wouldn't be propped up. You didn't do anything to prop it open.
Oh.
Rose was just holding
Ignore
it
me
open.
then.
Yeah, Rose was just holding it open, and then when Rose
yeah, we're
left,
holding it open and then, yeah.
the raven is now just sat on the thing. However, that tree is still glowing green.
Maybe it was the code. Part of the code thing.
What's next?
Uh,
Blick, what was next? A rock.
tree,
A rock.
grass, rock.
Grass. Grass.
We
Like
can
the
just
grass.
touch the grass. Just put our fingers through the grass or whatever.
The normal grass or the fake grass that was on the trapdoor?
The fake
Fake
grass.
Alright,
Grass.
you touch the fake grass, it lights up green.
Rock.
Rock. Let's see. Is there a rock around?
Lots of
There are,
rocks around.
there are several.
Investigation check.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go little chicken.
17.
19 plus
Okay, Ollie.
5.
You guys kind of look around and immediately notice a rock which is larger than the others and a slightly different color.
Ooh.
Rock.
Rock.
You just touch it.
Touch the rock.
I forgot to say, when you touch the grass, there was that same sort of tinkling and crack sound. But you tap the rock, it lights up green, and again, the same tinkling followed by a crack. And the raven is now kind of flapping its wings and squawking at you guys.
Shh. Shush.
It's still just sat on the trap.
We solved
Shut
it.
up.
We solved your riddle.
Yeah, we did it. It's a cheering word.
The trapdoor the trapdoor starts to open by itself, which makes the raven have to get off.
Ah.
But it sort of just flies up, around, and then down into the hole.
Oh,
Master, watch out! The bird's coming!
I have no hat. I have no hat to hide under.
Well, you guys can now gain access to the hole now.
We go down. I mean, I'm going down.
Alright. I assume you guys
Good.
are hurriedly going down because the raven has gone down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So as you guys rush down, Asta, on your part, you've been smacking this door with a stick. When you start hearing these tinklings and cracks, and then the creaking as
I'm
the
looking up.
trapdoor opens, you then see the raven swoop down into the hole. It lands just in front of you, and it is staring down at you.
Don't worry, leader, we're coming.
Though its eyes aren't that of a real raven, your best guess is that's either anger or hunger.
Oh no.
Oh.
Quick, leader, I'm here. Run into my hat.
So yeah, you guys
I'm running into Where's it at?
Well, here's the problem. The raven is between you and the others.
Mom, come on. I hit him with my glow stick.
Okay, roll me an
Damn,
an
Nishu,
improvised
you are
attack.
always just a little bit ahead of me on these memes. Getting them both-
Well, I see
Wait,
0, and then I'm like, oh,
What
I
chapter?
know. I'm going like as soon as I like hit copy and I go to hit like paste it in, I look and you've already posted it.
I try my best.
What am I rolling?
uh,
I mean,
Quick
what?
attack
it's an
rolls.
improvised attack, so it's just a straight roll. You gain nothing from doing this.
Oh, okay. Please, 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 please. I got a 6.
6. You miss.
Yeah.
And hold on, let me quickly just
Quickest hands in the West.
gotta just check something. Nishu, what's your AC? Not Nishu. Asta, what's your AC?
It's never great when the DM asks what your AC is.
I don't even know what that is.
It's your armor class.
Armor.
So yeah, on your character sheet, it should be on the first page.
Oh, 14.
Oh,
The-
okay.
Not the mouse having better armor class than me.
I think the mouse has a better armor class than all of you, but it also makes sense because they're smaller, so they're harder to hit. Unfortunately for you, though, this burb is also fairly small. And so,
Uh-oh.
rolled a 17. So, you swing with your little glow stick. It kind of just steps to the side and then grabs the back of your hood with its beak, and then flies up to the top of the stone door, holding you in its beak.
Esther, no!
So,
Here,
yeah.
save you later!
You're being held by your hood, dangling above this massive drop.
Now, Bird, hear us out. We're not here to harm anyone. Please.
Yeah,
don't-
leave our leader alone.
Yeah.
It's just
Please
hold
put her
hold
down.
I'm gonna say, if it says anything, though, it's probably gonna drop her.
it's just holding Aster. It's not eating her or anything. Just holding.
Mm.
Esther, stay calm. Don't swing your glow stick or anything.
Well, obviously, I'm not gonna hit him anymore.
But yeah, so you guys all see this massive door, the two blue flames in braziers, and the riddle of what does a raven and a writer have in common?
Hmm. They're both the fastest hands in the West.
I'll be honest, I have several potential answers to this, but if you guys can come up with anything that I think is good enough, I will just let that work.
Right. They have in common. I feel like this is set up for like a joke or something. It's not.
This does. I wish I knew the punchline.
Hmm. What do they have in common? They're both very smart.
I looked up Raven height, right, and it said 5'3", and I'm like, that's not.
I think
That's
I
a
talked
big-
about
that's a-
the Teen Titans.
about Teen Titans Raven, yeah.
That would be a big ass raven.
I don't even know why I expected it to be any smaller than me. I mean, the average Raven is 24 inches tall, and I'm 2 inches tall.
Oh yeah, ravens are fucking massive.
I'm just registering it, and I'm like, wait, shit!
Oh yeah, this thing could
I'm
eat
gonna
you
die.
whole.
Bigger
Yeah.
Now.
When my brother went to college, there were massive ravens, and one time one of them swooped down and stole one of those like really heavy duty bike locks, like
I
basically.
thought you were about to say it stole a bike.
It just flew down and started riding the bike off. That
Grabbed
was
the
the
bike handle and flew into the sunset. You're like, what?
That was the
Stole a
5'3"
bike.
raven. The 5'3" raven stole a bike.
Oh my god.
I mean, that was also common at my brother's college, unfortunately.
Raven
But
stealing
ra-
bikes.
People stealing bike,
Oh.
but also just the ravens being absolute menaces.
Yeah, fucking love ravens.
I remember seeing one when we went to visit him one time, and I was petrified because I didn't realize how big they were.
Oh yeah, they're fucking massive.
Because we only had freaking like common grackles, which are just small blackbirds, and so I see this massive 2-foot raven just hopping around, and I was like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
Maybe that's
What
what
is
I've been
that?"
There's a lot of like birds around my town, and I always thought they were crows. Crows are, I think, pretty massive, but they might be ravens. I don't know.
Crows are smaller,
Yeah.
Okay, then they're definitely
But-
ravens. They're
but
massive.
you can also tell from their tail feathers. Ravens, I believe, have like a fanned. Yeah, so ravens have like a fanned tail feather when they fly, and then crows what in the hell? I went to go look at this comic. This is not English. I very confused. So ravens have a kind of like diamond shape tail fan, while the crows have just a regular fan,
Hmm.
if that makes sense.
I'll have to look at it the next time I see one.
Yeah. I mean,
I
that's really only when they're flying. Also, yeah, crows are smaller, just a little bit.
He's Brizzard.
17 to 20 inches. Ravens 24 to 27.
Dang.
And
Yeah.
then they also crows have like a higher pitched caw, while the ravens tend to have a deeper caw. But I believe both can mimic.
Yeah, they need to have their tongues freed though. Don't ask what that
Bird
means.
facts with
Yes.
with Flick.
Well,
I like crows and ravens. They're
well,
fun.
a flick is a bird. Speaking of ravens, there is still a raven holding Aster above this door.
Yeah, I'm still.
For fuck's sake!
Talking
I'm
about
going to
the-
scribble my pen.
We're just talking about birds over here and asking.
My
Yes.
brain's melting.
Yeah.
All I can think about.
It's just like, so actually interesting facts about ravens. Like, I don't care about the facts of ravens. Get me off this raven.
They're both mightier than the sword. Oh, I'm trying here, guys.
All I can think of is Edgar Allan Poe.
It's just like that's the correct answer.
Like, what if that was? That would have been hilarious.
I can't draw ravens.
Oh, I'm trying to draw one too.
Birds are hard to draw.
They are.
Very much. Yeah. What do a raven and a writer have in common?
I will say I am better at drawing ravens now because I did so many studies trying to learn how to figure out how to draw Flick, and then I went GB.
Something about a writing desk. Oh no, that's why I learned Alice in Wonderland.
They lurk in the darkness.
That's how is they
No one has
raven.
never
like-
seen. No one has
yeah.
ever seen a writer out in
Oh.
the wild.
Alright, hold on.
And
so-
that one never got an answer because there is no answer for that one.
Yeah, no. Why is a raven like a writing desk was written specifically to not have an answer. However, you can give it the answer because Poe wrote on both, which just ends up working. But that was not the intended answer. But yeah, sorry. So far, sorry, I've lost some of these answers. So we've got they lurk in the dark. You've never seen a writer in the wild. Flick, did you say one?
What?
I heard like 3 things said at once, and I didn't process any of them properly.
Oh, I was posting a picture. I didn't say shit.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
See if I can remember what mine was.
I'm sorry, we
Oh,
don't failed you.
you're
We're
talking about,
stupid.
fighting back.
We don't
Then
know
you come up
riddles.
You came up with the answer then. If you think we're being stupid.
How is a raven like a writer?
And what does a raven and a writer have in common?
They write with quills. They have quills.
They have feathers.
They both write in chicken scratches.
And this is writer as in WRITER, right?
As in
What
author.
other ways to write it?
RIGHTER?
Yeah, it could have just been RITER. But no, it's W.
What is that?
Got-
They both have R's in their names.
Yeah, I was just. Also, they have 2 syllables.
The raven slightly cocks its head, which sort of jostles Aster a bit.
Freaking dangling, just like, you're like, you want your friend to die? Answer. I love
Trying
it.
here.
Rob-
One
Griffin's a
of
little
y'all better
cute.
catch me.
Aster, you can guess as well.
Also, yes, Tex, grackles do look like crows, which is why I was very confused when I was younger, because I thought they were crows.
You think I got the answer to this? I was hitting the door with my glow stick the whole time. I don't know this fucking riddle. I'm like, man, it's hard.
Like I said, you guys can just give an answer that I think is good enough, like close enough. You did have one where I was like, okay, maybe, but
Which one was
Is it
that?
the Never Seeing a Writer in the Wild?
it was not that
You
one.
probably not that one, but.
I'm gonna say you feel a while
I'm
though.
gonna
That's
say, a raven
I mean,
and a
I know you
writer-
see a raven in the wild, but like, you know.
it's what
okay.
have in common.
I guess, but okay. I'm thinking. Clicking my 2 brain cells together.
Yeah, so Nishu kept saying that they both have feathers or quills.
I should tell, like, there were 2 so far that have been said. I was like, okay, maybe. But I ended up not going with us.
Ravens can also mimic voices. I don't know how that helps.
Mimics a story?
Wouldn't make a story though. You would write it. Like, I mean, writers could, like, you know, with like old stories with this,
Part of the
you know,
door
we both
write
slight.
them down eventually.
They,
How
they,
did-
they, I
Collect?
know it.
Huh?
Because ravens
Oh,
like to collect
hold on.
trinkets.
Wait, hold on. I didn't hear what Aster said.
I said they send messages, right?
Okay.
It's
I
like a
wa-
writer can make the message in carrier pigeons and shit like that. Send those
It's a
messages.
raven, not
Yeah.
a pigeon.
I will say. So I was trying to say earlier. Part of the door did light up, but then it went dark.
Huh?
Again. Part of the door did light up, but then it went dark again.
Oh no.
I'll be honest, I did not comprehend what you just said.
Part of the
Okay.
door lit up, but then it went dark again.
Oh,
The door
for
that-
what Aster said?
No, before that.
Damn it!
What was before?
What Nishu said, I believe.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
the
What did I
mimic, the
say?
mimic thing?
No, I was trying to.
Nisha, what did you say?
Yeah,
fuck,
you don't remember
uh,
what you said?
I was trying to
I
say
said-
it at the time, but you couldn't get a weird edgeways.
We kept saying stupid shit.
It wasn't
I
said
stupid if it was
something
right.
It was.
is it something?
It was something
about-
like mimicking a story.
Oh, they. Oh no, it's not the chicken scratch. They tell stories through mimicking.
The door lights up again, but
No,
goes
they were
dark.
like, they would like.
Ah,
break
Mimic
down.
tree.
It
We're
glowed.
close.
It glowed.
We're close. We're close. We're close.
Aster has a son. What? When did Aster get a son?
Aster, you have a son? I never
Aster.
knew. Congratulations.
What?
You're a father. You're a mother.
Your father.
You're both.
Well, Bean is my child, so.
Okay, so it's close to what I said about the mimicking thing.
About mimicking stories. It lit up a bit there, but then. went
Oh,
dark
they tell
again.
they tell stories?
They
It
tell.
lights up a bit, but
they-
then goes dark again.
Fuck. Fuck, I think I know. But I don't know it.
They mimic stories that they've heard.
Again, the same amount being lit up.
Oh,
Fuck.
they. Wait. They pass down stories? No. Wait.
Same amount being lit up.
The door is a mimic.
Ravens are often written about in stories as like a sign of as like a symbol. And writers I don't know, use symbols.
They tell
I'm
stories
struggling
through the
right
eye of-
now.
Mm.
Writers can tell stories through the eye of a bird because you're talking in third person.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
We're on the right track, though.
We're so close.
I'll tell you here that it has something to do with stories.
Going back to the Edgar Allan Poe thing, like, I'm kidding. But
Do we have a this world equivalent of Edgar Allan Poe?
I don't think we do. But
What a depressed poet? Yeah! Of course you have a depressed poets. There's hundreds of
yeah,
the
true.
fuckers.
Confusion.
Four.
The stories of history are told through the raven and the writer. I don't know. Oh, man.
The
get
raven
how
cocks its
writers
head the other
Well,
way.
it's just stories.
I guess I'm gonna die.
Aster falls to her death.
No, it,
They
it,
all
has,
die.
it
They
hasn't.
cry.
It hasn't dropped for Aster yet. It's just cocked its head the other way, which again jostles Aster about.
But
They tell the stories of death.
Fuck
Oh,
it, yeah.
raven-
The
ravens,
door
like,
lights
Look at
up.
those crows that were.
Ah!
Nope. A group of ravens called murder.
Oh yeah.
I fucking said that earlier!
You guys were talking
What
over
happened
each
to those
other.
eyes, though?
But yeah.
Oh.
So hold on, Nisha. What exactly did you just say?
Lord.
They write about murder.
You know, you said they
It-
tell the stories of death.
Oh, they tell stories of death because ravens are like the crow, like the
They're an omen of death.
storytellers of death, and then writers talk about that. in
I
their
just looked up. A
stories.
flock of ravens is called an unkindness. What are you?
What the
A
fuck?
flock of crows is called a murder.
Ah, well.
Yeah,
Whatever. In this world, ravens are a symbol of death because you know
Okay.
you've got
I
the,
guess. Okay.
they are
Raisins,
the
I guess.
they are the servants of death, like the god death. But yeah, the door opens up, It
Yay!
like completely lights up in this
Made it.
bluish glow and opens.
Like that.
The raven kind of cocks its head downwards a bit before hopping off the door and flying into it, still carrying Asta.
Let go, Darling.
I'm just gonna have to
Sorry.
do
Yes,
a
Sorry,
little-
talk to my dad. What happened?
The door opened
Door
up.
opened.
Then the raven flew into it, still carrying Asta.
Oh. Esther, no!
Uh,
Dramatic pause for effect.
But yeah,
we're
you
gonna
get.
pause for a fact. We gotta go see our leader.
Yeah. Let's
So-
go.
Alright,
Onwards.
you guys will go into the room. I think I'm gonna just use a lot simpler.
Pardon
riddles.
us.
But yeah, so you will rush in, and it's actually a quite nice little room. Admittedly, sure, it's what looks to be some kind of ancient tomb, but it's been decorated to be quite nice. It's got a nice bit of lighting. There's a rather cozy little fire going, and there's someone just sort of at a. It's been repurposed to be a desk, but that is definitely a coffin. Like an old stone coffin.
Oh,
But yeah, there's just someone
Hello.
sort of on that, sort of writing something.
Mm.
No, Nishu is not the leader.
Divided.
Asta has been dubbed the leader by Asta.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Nisha's not the leader. Are you kidding me?
Zero thought you were the leader. Surprise, Nishu's not the
No,
leader.
I'm-
She's not the leader. Get
No,
real.
no. I'm not the leader. Don't put me in charge of that.
But yeah, the raven flies over to this person, and just kind of drops Asta onto the desk. Just sort of right next to them. At which point the person stops what they're writing, and just slightly turns their head to look at Asta.
Hi.
They then look up towards the raven. You've brought me a mouse.
Hey. I mean, it's true, but
Yeah, the rest of you guys do see this. You are in the room.
Give us our leader back,
They sort of just sigh,
please.
put their quill back into the ink pot, and pick up Asta. You want this mouse back?
Yes, please.
I mean, that would probably be ideal.
well, I'm more than just a mouse. But yeah.
I
My
would say
apologies,
that if
little one.
you
Alright, catch.
uh
Yeah, they just chuck Asta to you guys.
Aster's really getting thrown around, I swear.
Alright, so you guys you gotta decide now. Is Asta going to have to land by themselves, or are one of you gonna catch Asta? Or are multiple of you gonna
I
attempt?
catch Esther.
Okay, dex check.
Strength.
Dex.
You said strength, right?
No, dex.
Dex, I think.
Oh, Dex. Okay. Hurry.
Oh, first of all, you said 3. I'm
19.
19? Alright,
No.
so as Asta just sort of flies through the air, Rose just quickly goes over and just catches Asta. Absolutely no pain for you, Asta. Because Rose even just moved their hands with you to slow the movement.
Thanks.
No problem.
Yes, this person now just kind of is lent on their, in quotation marks, desk, and looking at you guys.
Sorry
Why?
to barge in on you here.
Yeah.
We want
Don't
to.
apologize. That bird was going to kill me.
No, he wasn't. He
Did you
doesn't-
see what was happening out there?
Yes, I can see through his eyes.
That's how familiars work, Aster.
Yeah.
He's
Well, do I look like I know magic? I don't care about that. I could have died. I could have.
all of you could have died had you done things incorrectly.
True.
Luckily for you, you're not as incompetent as I initially thought.
Thank
Mm.
you.
Thank you.
Wait a second.
Well, why did you come here? What do you need of me?
Well, as we said to you before about the mayor, we may have killed your bird, and we apologize for that. We're very sorry about that.
Yes, I'm right.
Um,
He was quite perturbed.
Yeah, that was Lucy's bad.
That's fine. They kind of just direct their hand to a little pedestal behind where you see a raven skull. It's like, they're fine.
Did you
I
say a
can
pet
assure-"
store?
Pedestal.
Oh,
Oh,
pet
Pedestal.
store. I was gonna say a pet
heard
store.
pet
Are we
store
getting
as well.
like a
pets?
whole pet
No.
stores down here? Whoa.
No, it's just a pedestal.
Aster just gets a
pedestal.
tiger.
No,
Tiger.
no.
Or just a cat.
But yeah, there's just a little raven skull on that, with just a very faint glow about it. Specifically, a very faint red glow.
Mm.
Ah.
The same kind of glow you see around the raven that has been harassing Aster. So,
Well, no, go ahead. You first.
I was just going to say, oh no, that Twitch. Yes. Who's catching Aster? The raven. Oh, Rose caught Aster and succeeded. But yes, it's like, so you killed my bird and then decided to come and harass me.
No, we didn't
Just
come
ask
to.
questions.
Yeah, to ask
Okay.
a question. A few questions, maybe. But
I will give you one question.
Why
If it
you-
is good enough, I will allow you to ask more.
okay.
And I'll give you a moment to discuss what question you wish to ask.
Okay.
And out of character, I am going to go pee again because I've been drinking a lot of
Okay.
water.
Okay.
All right, guys. Okay, we huddle up.
Okay.
Okay.
What's up?
Okay. We get one question to ask. I have a suggestion. But you guys throw in your questions as well if you want. My question would be, why are they watching that town?
I think more of why are they watching us?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
true.
That's probably a better question. You're right. Is that the question we want to ask then?
Or just who are they watching and why?
Oh yeah, who are they watching? Yeah, go for it.
Mhm. Okay. And break.
Go team.
Go team. Go team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Go
Go
team.
team. Oh no. Little I love the little glow stick.
Oh,
Oh, looks so cute. Oh.
yours is much cuter than mine.
I
Mine
mean,
is
they're
just
both very
chaotic.
impressive.
Yeah.
They're both
Hmm.
very impressive birds. I wish I could do that.
Hello, I'm back.
I don't think they're big enough, but it's fine.
What are you guys talking about?
No, really, that bird would probably be like 4 times larger.
yeah.
This is pretty accurate.
No, what happened to your meme?
I mean,
Oh,
I mean, we can understand it. Rose clutching the catch Aster being thrown like a rag doll.
I do just love these little images you guys do. Oh, also, I made a specific memes channel.
Yeah,
Oh.
Woo!
Good. We'll add those later.
'cause our drawings are getting.
Okay. We have decided on the question.
Mhm.
Alright, perfect. Yeah. She then just kind of looks at you all and is like,
Who's asking the question?
Well, obviously, Flick can't.
Oh, right.
Mishu.
Okay, just to. As the leader, I'll ask the question, but just as a reminder, what are we asking again?
Who in the town are they, or who are they watching? Right? That was it?
And
Yeah,
why?
yeah. And why?
All right.
Kind of a twofer.
All right. Who are you watching and why? Because there's that Raven, has been following us for a little bit.
I said you could ask one question. Which one would you like?
Well,
Oh, shit.
why are you watching us?
I'm
Go.
not. You just happen to
Damn
be
it!
there.
That's
You were
Why is
definitely
the-
following us. You know why? Because at first you were in the village with us, and then you followed us into the little. Well, actually, no. We were going after you.
from the forest to the village.
Oh yeah, from the forest to the village, you like swooped past us or something.
There was no forest. It was just a tree line.
Whatever.
Tree line, whatever.
Whatever.
But
You know what we're talking about.
I was keeping an eye out for danger.
Mm.
10 minutes away, you were looking for danger?
That means danger only takes 10 minutes to get there.
Was. I can't ask another question.
But why
I was
you?
gonna say.
Ugh.
Never mind. I'll be
But
real
you can't be
quick.
But you can't be watching that town. That town has nobody. No magic users there. You're the only magic user within
Well,
this
we
area.
don't know
right?
that technically.
Why
I
would
mean, we don't.
why do I need to keep an eye out for magic users specifically? Just because I'm a magic
Yeah.
user?
I lied. My dad's in the bathroom. I can't go.
Oh,
Well,
Well, I'm
were
saying.
you watching?
I don't know. You wanna go first, Nishu?
I was gonna say, I know you already asked the question, but if you can't answer this question, that's fine. But who were you watching in the village?
watching 4.
Yes.
He was obviously watching us.
Do you think we're dangerous?
You were coincidental.
Hmm.
Oh. I got a drink that owns a lake.
What?
Poland Springs? Poland Springs. Oh, that's not the correct answer.
Oh, okay. You guys are just pretty bad at riddles, apparently.
Yeah.
It's like, I wasn't watching you, or for you. Well, in truth, when I first saw you walking to town, yes, I was keeping an eye. I did decide to check on you. But just to make sure you didn't cause trouble for
Hmm.
the person I am watching out for.
I have a sneaking suspicion I know who you're looking out for, but I don't know if it's correct.
Go ahead and make your assumption. If it's correct, I'll say.
Okay. Well, there's this. Well, you said that the mayor was a nuisance, but I don't think you'd be watching them. So, and there's only one other person we really met, which was the girl who owned the horse. So, is it
Ah, she did get the horse.
the
Hmm.
the horse one?
No, but I'll tell you.
Are
you're
you
on the
also
right
looking
track.
for the horse? The
What?
tax evasion horse?
Tax evasion horse.
I don't know.
Oh, if you're talking about that
I
wild horse
lost-
who's been causing problems, no, that's its own separate issue. As long as it stays away from this
Alright,
town, it's fine.
I've got nothing then. You guys go on ahead.
I will tell you that you were on the right tracks when talking of that little girl.
Shit. It was the mayor, wasn't it?
No, it was not. I could care less if that buffoon dies.
It was the child.
That's what I said.
You said the horse.
I
No,
said
they-
the child with
Yeah.
the horse.
Yeah, no, Nisha started with child, which was
And-
along the right
and then
track, but not quite.
And then they went off the bar and went with the horse. And then
Is
the
it
horse.
the father of the child that has the horse?
Wait,
No.
the father of the father of the child is a horse?
The child. The child's family.
No, look,
Oh.
the father owns the horse. The child doesn't really like the horse.
I don't know what I heard.
This child isn't a center.
Mother, how come I look like? How come you guys are so different than me? Well, son, well, child, we have something to tell you. You're adopted. I'm what? We're horses, and you're a human. What?
Wait, what the wizard say?
Who said anything about a wizard?
Writer?
Oh.
The writer.
All you know is that they are a magic user.
Yes, fellow magic user.
You could lump us in together, however, I'd say we are vastly different.
That's true. You have cool ravens.
Are you
Mm,
saying you're
yes.
better than?
I'm more experienced, but also the sacrifices we made to gain our magic are very different.
Mm.
Nishu, roll me an Arcana check,
Ah,
or a History check. So thank you for the hydrate pie.
Oh,
well,
possible.
history is a 5, arcana is a 3. 11 is a history check.
A History or Arcana.
I'm gonna go history has more. I have
Okay, yeah.
11,
Recommend go for History.
12, 13, 16, I guess,
16?
for history.
Okay. So you would remember back when you were being taught about magic,
Mhm.
you were told about the different ways a person can obtain magical capabilities. About how every person is born with an innate capability of magic. However, no one is born. Well, there's only a few people who are born naturally able to do magic without extensive training, those being sorcerers. There are those who spend years studying, such as yourself, being wizards. Another group who spends years studying and training are bards, but they do it through a more musical component, singing the song of the universe, or singing the song of reality to alter it. And then there are those who unlock their potential through barters, and either stealing power, borrowing power, making a deal for power from a more powerful entity. Those being warlocks. Warlocks are often stigmatized as the most common form of them is the bartering warlock, who trades something in exchange for this power. And there were enough in old times who traded their souls for power that has become a common theme and idea. And so there is a stigma around warlocks that they all sell their souls, and if they're willing to sell their souls, what else are they willing to trade for power? So they are often seen as villains.
Also, hydrate.
I already did.
Okay, I missed that.
You even said
Sorry, I
thank.
was writing stuff
Yeah.
down.
I even said thank you.
Do I have anything to say? Wait, what was the question?
What? What question?
Oh, I
was
thought
no
you said a question.
No.
I'm hearing things, I swear.
We're doing all
No.
that shit.
So, based on what they've said, you can assume they're probably not a wizard.
No. Not a wizard.
But if they're not a wizard, how do they have a familiar?
Because there are other ways to get a familiar, and other ways to get magic.
Because they could have a magical item.
I guess.
Maybe, but there
Like
are
the
other
skull
ways.
that's
There
Oh.
are other ways to go about it.
the warlock route. I know you just told me a bunch of information.
Okay,
I
sorcerers.
was-
Oh yeah, there's also druids. You can get a familiar being a druid fighter. Not a magical one. Well, a druid can get a magical familiar, but this is a very different. Those are more animal companions. Also I think it's ranger, not fighter. But yeah, so sorcerers are born with an innate magical power. I kind of missed out druids. Druids gain their power through nature. Bards, years of studying basically the song of the universe, as it's referred to affectionately. Wizards, years of rigorous study and training. And then warlocks, who sell something. Well, often sell something. Sometimes they're stealing it, sometimes they're just gifted it. Obviously, you also have clerics who are gifted it by gods and paladins who make an oath, but they're a separate thing.
I'm gonna make an assumption here and say that they might be a warlock.
Do you say this to them?
I'll let me see. Okay. So, you say that we're similar, but you're more I
Experience.
guess experienced. Would you don't have to tell me, but would you happen to be a warlock? Have you given something up? Be able to
You see as they
use
sort of
it?
shift themselves in their stance. I made
You got him now.
I made sacrifices to serve a greater purpose.
Mm. What was the greater purpose?
And you see as they sort of slowly sort of close their eyes and look down a bit. One that I would make the same sacrifice 1,000 times for.
I
Family.
see.
What did you say after?
I didn't say nothing.
Was it Rose then?
The cloud
No,
in
I
my
didn't
brain.
think-
Oh no, we're getting all dramatic.
I
And you were gonna
thought-
say family.
I did say family.
Oh,
Actually.
you
But
sort
I
of.
didn't say it out loud. I kind of like whispered it. I didn't like say it out loud. I mean,
Oh,
it's family.
Well, yeah, I heard you, and I was just like, So yeah,
Go with
you don't say that out loud, do you?
I don't say that to him. No, I just kind of whisper
Okay.
it.
I see. Is there anything we could do to help with that?
No. They kind of just pause a bit after they realize what they've just said. No, they're safe.
I knew it.
And even if, and you see as they kind of just push away from their desk and walk over to the Raven Skulls, like, even if their father is a bumbling idiot, I can still look after them.
Wait!
Yes. Yes, Aster.
They-
But if
They've,
you
they spin on their
deducted-
heel as soon as Asta shouts, wait.
Shit.
And what is it, little one?
I mean, but honest that, but this may be, me throwing, shit at a wall and hoping it like sticks or some shit. But is the person or people you're protecting under the mayor? Because you call the mayor an idiot.
He is an idiot.
Yeah.
What do you mean by under the mayor?
Like,
Related to the mayor.
yeah, related to the mayor in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
Like a child or like a relative or something.
Yes.
Hmm.
My ex-husband did not understand the sacrifice I made.
Oh,
And so now I live here amongst corpses.
you wish you could go back.
Of course. Doesn't every mother?
I'll be honest, I deadass thought this rider has been a man this whole time.
No, they're very androgynous.
it's not?
No, they're very androgynous,
Oh, okay.
and definitely lean into the androgyny. This whole time, it has been near impossible for you guys to tell. I definitely should describe the character for you. But yeah, no, they're very pale. They definitely don't leave this cave often. It definitely sending the Raven to do pretty much everything. But yeah, they don't have anything that would suggest male or female about them.
Mm.
I mean, they
When
almost.
we go back.
Go.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was
go ahead.
gonna say they almost look like half dead.
Mm.
Eventually, when we go back, would you like us to send a message at all?
No.
Guys, huddle up real quick.
Yo.
Guys,
What's up?
That's not true, Zero. I have
I-
no competent mayors. Sorry, guys.
every mayor's. Guys, I think we might have to. Well, the fact that we have to go back and tell this mayor, like, about the magic user, but this person obviously doesn't want to be seen. So
Mhm.
maybe we might have to take the L on this one, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have to be known as the people who killed a bird in front of children.
Yep.
We could just say that there was a traveling wizard and it was just a misunderstanding and it's all fine.
Oh, we
True.
could do that too.
Yeah, we could.
Maybe we could take the W on this one, guys. All right. And break.
All right. We won't tell
Goodies.
anyone about it. We'll keep your identity a secret.
Yeah.
What do you mean, my
Well-
identity secret?
Well, like tell people that you have like a secret hideout under here.
I'd hardly call this
You
a
know?
secret hideout.
Well,
Is
it's underground and I don't know. It seems pretty secret.
Yeah, just all
It's-
puzzles and riddles to even enter.
Yeah.
It's
I
my,
think-
Yeah, that's
it's my
all.
family's tomb.
Oh,
Ooh.
It's where I would have buried my children, had I not made the
Oh.
sacrifice I did. As for the puzzles you have to do to get in here, there was a great deal of treasure buried here too. The door with the riddle was just to keep treasure hunters out. I put that trap door there so that my ex-husband would leave me alone.
Master, no stealing.
I'm not doing that.
I don't hide here. I just am here.
Mm. Well, the mayor wanted us to come back and tell him, like, why, like, you know, what was the whole bird thing about, because we kind of blew up your previous bird. But we're not going to
Same
tell
bird,
him.
different
basically.
form.
Thing.
You can tell him. You can tell him. I still keep an eye on my children, even if he doesn't.
Oh, custody battle.
Hardly a custody battle. I was seen as monstrous.
I think you look pretty good for your age.
What do you mean my age?
I don't know how.
She gotta
Oh
just...
my gosh.
They readjust
God.
themselves, so they're just like, how old do you think I am?
Oh, not a day over 100.
You see as they just change their expression.
I think
You wanna
I
get
should leave. I think
upstairs?
we should leave now.
I don't know. I don't.
I'm
Hey,
30.
look.
I'm
Hey, don't listen to the
35.
wizard. Don't listen to the wizard. They're an idiot. Don't listen to
Yeah, don't listen. Yeah, don't listen. Don't listen to that.
You look like a beautiful 20-year-old
Yeah,
person.
beautiful. Yeah, you look good. Good.
I
I
look hot.
apologize. I thought you were like one of those people that were like immortal like an elf, but now that I'm looking at you, I don't think you
No.
are, so I'm just gonna back out very slowly.
I'm 35.
Well, time to go. It's supposed to be you.
And thank you for the compliment, but we both know I look half dead. It was part of the sacrifice I made.
Thank God they took it as a compliment. That would have ended badly for me.
No, the compliment of the, Aster and Rose just panicking, going, "You look like 20."
Oh, I'll shut up now. I'll shut
I-
up. I'll go over to the corner and just kind of be like, "I'm sorry." The corner of shame.
It's fine, wizard. Yes, I've made many a sacrifice to keep my children alive. So now I serve death, so that they don't have to embrace her. Though sometimes I do wonder what my children think of me. What he has told them of me. Yes, you can tell my ex-husband anything you wish of me. You can tell him where I am, you can tell him what I do. I don't care. He could send an entire army after me. They'd be felled quite easily.
Nah, I don't think. Well, you know what? As an apology for me calling you old, we'll say that. We'll say it's something else. We'll take this one. You
Did we
seem
ever ask
to be.
her name?
Oh yeah. I shouldn't ask Nate. I shouldn't ask questions about people anymore. You guys should ask them instead.
You told like a day over 100. Cool, I'm 35.
I'm not good with ages. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you thought the librarian was an old lady.
Yeah. I'll just don't ask me about ages, and we'll have a perfectly fine conversation.
Alright.
I mean, you seem like a pretty nice person to us. Well, to me anyway.
Good. It's been a while
just
since I've...
Trying to look out for your
I've-
kids.
Of course. Wouldn't any mother?
I mean, yeah. I guess so.
Though I do understand why the town saw me as a villain and a monster. As, in hindsight, it was rather selfish of me. I could have attempted to save their children too.
Mm.
But I only had the one soul to give.
Oh. So you sold your soul to save your kids?
My soul is eternally bound to the service of death.
Mm.
If she ever requests anything of me, I must serve.
Mm.
And in exchange, I spared my children from the plague.
Mm.
And that is why they're the only children their age in the town. All the others are far younger.
Did we see those children? Because we saw a few children.
You saw a bunch of little children.
Oh.
Yeah, they're kids. I don't think.
Yeah, you
Where?
saw some adults. There was a young lady, and then a bunch of little kids.
Oh yeah.
It might have been a young lady.
The young lady who went to the mayor.
Yeah. Mm.
Well,
Yes. Is there anything else you require?
nah.
Oh.
I mean, I think I'm good. You seem to be. Do you want us to like bring you anything from the outskirts, outside,
No, that's fine.
as like sorry for intruding?
No, it's fine. There are here. It serves that quite well. Though I do ask one thing of you. And you see she picks up a tome and walks over to you. Like she walks down off this sort of raised bit and over to you guys and holds out this book.
Mm.
I don't know if they still like stories. But please deliver this to my children. I
And
Right.
do.
wrote it myself.
We
Okay.
can do that.
Yeah.
Filthy.
Want us to say who it's from?
If you wish. Though, if you wish it to remain private, that is fine.
Mm.
As I'm said, I'm
Mhm.
sure they despise me.
All right. Well, I guess thanks for the welcome. Sorry for intruding. Sorry for blowing up your bird. I guess we'll be heading off then.
It's fine. My apologies about their attacking your leader, you said?
Yes.
You're forgiven.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
You see as
you're
they
cool.
snap their fingers and the raven kind of hops up off, flies over to where its skull, well, near its skull, but to the ground, grabs something, and then flies over to you guys.
Mm.
And just sort of lands on Nishu's shoulder.
Hello there, friend.
It's got a little sack in its beak.
I put my hand out to catch the sack, I guess.
It
If
drops
it's
it
gonna
into.
drop it.
Yeah, it just drops it into your hand.
What's this?
Based on the sound it made when it landed in your hand and the feel of it, that's money.
Woo!
Money, money, money!
Well, thank you. You didn't have to do all that.
That's fine. It's the least I can do for their antagonizing your friends there.
Yeah, that's all right. It's not the first time she's been swung around. Probably won't be the last.
I glare at Nishu.
I ignore that.
Deira will accompany you into town. You can use him there to help explain your story.
All right. Well, thank you.
No
If you ever
problem.
need anything, just find us, I guess.
I've spent quite some time in this tomb. The sunlight is a bit harsh on the eyes.
Mm.
But Data is one of the most powerful familiars in the world, and can travel quite a distance away from me. So,
Well, that's impressive.
well, it's because they're not conjured from my own magic. And she kind of just points to the pedestal. They died quite some time ago.
So, like, necromancy, kind of?
She kind of leans on the tomb desk. Like, in a way, more the Raven, the more death, has granted me my old friend back for longer. At least until she is done with both my existence and Dera's.
Mm.
But yes, if I ever require your assistance, Dera will find you.
Yeah. Also, sorry again for calling you 100 years old. You look good for your age. You don't look a day over 20. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Before-
We both know I'm half dead.
Before we go, I wanted to dig in my bag and then just shiny rock and be like, friend.
Well, you just kind of like walk up to where she is and just put it on the railing thing.
Mm.
She kind of looks at the rock and is like, thank you. And takes it. I want you to know I have been making a note of everyone you've given a rock to.
Yay!
Because this
All
may,
friends.
may or may not do something later.
Like,
I'm
how
so
heavy is
sad.
your backpack? With all those
Hold it.
pebbles
I
in
have
it?
a bag of holding.
Oh, great.
It's just full of rocks at this point.
That's
I
all.
would like to say that, like, anytime we travel, every now and then I'll be looking around, and if I see a shiny rock, or like I'll be like, yoink, and just toss it in my bag.
Yeah, I
So I've
assumed
just
as
been
much.
like steadily collecting rocks.
Yeah, I assumed as much. That's why I haven't been asking you how many of these rocks you have.
Infinite bag.
But yeah, she then goes
That's
back
honestly
to.
partially why I wanted the bag of holding.
Yes, this warlock goes back to writing.
So I want to ask what they're writing, but I feel like we already left.
And now you're still in the room. Flick just gave the rock,
Oh. Oh, right.
which is now just sat on
But
that
you're-
desk.
What you writing?
And she looks up and is like, oh, another story for, my children. Every story I've written is for them. And she kind of just lifts her hand and points to a large bookshelf full of books.
Stop. That's so cute, but sad.
Yeah, you just sit in here and write stories for your kids.
Yeah. I haven't. Death has not called for me to do anything for it as of yet. And. Well, it's not like they're exactly visiting much.
Mm.
See, I would take a book, but I feel like these are precious. I'm not
Yeah,
We
gonna
have-
ask for one.
you
That we're
have,
delivering.
yeah, you've got one
I know.
book to deliver, but
No, I know. But I mean, for myself.
No, don't steal their books.
I'm not gonna steal it. I would ask nicely and then get it autographed.
you could.
But
You
I don't
could-
want to do that. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
These are for her. They're for their children. I'm not gonna do such a thing. I may like books, but I'm not a heartless bastard. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Right. Well, have a good rest of your life.
Damn.
And,
Hey, what else am I supposed to say? They said that they're like half dying.
and good luck on the rest of your travels.
Thank you.
And I hope, you get to eventually at least see your kids again.
I see them often. I just would like to see them through my own eyes.
Yeah, that's what I'm basically saying. Yeah.
Yes, thank
Maybe
you.
one day.
It's been good to speak to people again.
Mm.
Safe travels.
Bye.
And they go back to writing.
Mm.
Zero brings a good point. Why not bring them to her?
Ah,
Because
Nugget.
I feel like Nugget.
I know it.
I feel like I don't know. Their children might have a different view
Mm.
because of the parrot.
Mm.
Right, let's head back.
Alright.
Yep.
You guys leave this place. Dara is still on Nishu's shoulder.
Mm.
He's just vibing there. But as you walk
Again,
out of
food.
as you walk out of the stone doors, they shut behind you. Same with the trapdoor. After you leave it, it closes and you hear it relatch.
Mm.
Yay!
Aster kind of looks like sad towards the hideout, but then just like takes a breath. Let's keep going. let's just go deliver the book.
Hmm. So, are we telling them who it's from, or do we want to
Nugget
keep
got
that
cake.
anonymous? What
Just-
Nugget's
does
got
the
cake.
book have the name of the author on it?
It has the last name, or at least what you're assuming is the
I
last
think-
name.
I think they'll know.
I mean, maybe they won't, but either way, we shouldn't be the ones to tell them that.
Yeah. So
Yep,
are we
I agree.
taking the W or the L for this one? Are we gonna tell them it was that, or are we going with Flick's idea with the traveler?
I say we say it's the traveler, and then we deliver the book to the kids.
Hmm. All right.
Where did the chaos go? It's been a very melancholic. The chaos was earlier, but after the chaos, it became a very melancholic session.
A
Hmm.
little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of the intention. This is not a high intensity, high sort of chaos thing. Because
Yeah.
sometimes
It's
there's just
definitely been chaotic, but
the riddles and stuff was utter chaos. After that, besides the insulting her age,
Yeah,
No.
my bad. I didn't realize they were human. I thought they were like elven or some other I thought they were like ancient because you described the tomb. I was like, "Oh, they're probably ancient. They probably did something and
yeah,
like
no.
they're like old." But
A-
now
a-
yeah.
they're
Ain't-
different.
Ancient tomb and ancient writing, but no, they're 35. That's
Yeah,
what
I
it
should
said.
probably ask for description of people before I
I-
start.
In fact, I should
doing
probably,
things.
yeah, I should probably describe people.
Although sometimes appearance doesn't equate to age, so
It's true,
Yeah, that's true.
such as Calyx.
that also works in real life.
I mean, yeah, that happens to me at work sometimes when I have to ID. And like sometimes it's like, hey, can I get an ID? And I'm like, you're obviously like in your 40s, but I need to ask. And then other times I'll ask, and then I look at their ID, and it has like a birthday from like the 70s, and I'm like, hold up, what? And I'm like, I could have sworn you were in like at most your 30s.
Yeah, it's always fun to do in the pub, is play the guessing game of just like, are you old or are you young? You get the people who look like, it's like, okay, you could tell me you were 20 and I'd believe you. But you could also tell me you were 16 and I'd believe you.
Yeah.
So give me your ID because got that.
Right. To the town. Away.
So you know the way to the town. You walk back towards it. It's early mid evening. As you arrive. You know, the town's definitely gotten a lot quieter. This is the second time I had cake today. Dang, I want cake. I'm gonna have to ask my mom to buy ingredients to buy cake. I want to make cake. But yeah, so wait. Yeah, so you guys arrive in the town. It's a lot quieter because most of the children have kind of gone home. They're probably having like dinner
Yeah.
now. But you know where the mayor's house is.
Knock knock.
What do we? Oh.
Right.
Oh, we know where the mirror. Oh.
Yeah, no, you saw. He came out of there shouting at you guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he shouted at us? Oh,
Yeah.
no, before. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what do we do this time?
Nothing. So yeah, you knock on the door, and he opens it up. He's like, "Ah, you've returned." And you see as he kind of takes a pause and looks at the bird and is like, "I see you have found the bird. Didn't you blow that thing up?"
Don't worry about it.
You know how we said earlier that it was a familiar magic bird? Well,
guess-
we found the traveler that had it.
Traveler.
Here is the proof.
You see as he kind of reaches to. Oh, you all found it. Yeah. No. Also, Nugget, you were the one that blew it up. You punched it into a sign.
Remember, I was there, you were there, we saw the bird blow up, it went poof, and then the children started playing the game,
About the exploding
and
bird.
little Timmy got hit.
Everyone just started punching Timmy.
Poor Timmy.
But yeah, you see as the mayor sort of reaches to sort of touch the bird, and it immediately goes to snap at him.
I wouldn't do that. The bird has a bit of an attitude.
It's just glaring at him.
Mm.
Well, you've proved that you're not just menaces. Alright.
Mm-mm.
So, this traveler, have you sorted them?
Yeah, you could say that.
More or less.
What do you mean by more or less?
I mean, like, we
Elaborate.
talked to them.
Came to a
Talk to 'em.
mutual agreement.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
To a mutual agreement. He'll
And-
leave us and you guys alone, and we're good. We're cool.
And what have they done to repent, make recommends for this town
Well, what did
and the disturbances?
the
They gave us money.
I was gonna say, what did they do? What did the bird specifically do?
The bird and you lot caused chaos. You claimed that the bird started it, so clearly that wizard must have directed the bird to, cause this chaos. Wizard needs to.
The
Okay.
familiar mistook our friend as an actual mouse,
Yeah.
like food, and not a person.
You know how birds are. Sometimes they eat mice. No offense, Flick.
Not taken.
And so you saw fit to explode the.
It
Sorry,
was an
it's-
accident.
We,
It wasn't on
we were
purpose.
trying to kind of swat it away, and one of our companions went a little overboard.
Mm.
Yeah.
And so what am I to tell my townspeople?
Don't have to worry about exploding birds anymore.
Mm-hmm. Bird won't harm you if you don't harm it.
Everything should be good now.
Mm-hmm. You talked to the wizard. Wizard was like, yeah, or whatever. They were, well, yeah. We talked to them. They said, "Oh yeah, sorry about that. That was all my bad." And now, yeah, the bird won't attack anyone. I mean, it hasn't attacked anyone before.
Yeah,
Esther.
Yeah,
exactly.
they, yeah.
Very well. You see as they walk back into the house for a moment, they kind of leave the door. Well, they don't close the door, but it does start to drift shut.
Guys, the book. The book.
I go inside with the book.
Here, Esther, go, go, go.
Alright, so after you start walking, you're just carrying this book above your head, as it is,
Yeah.
it's a bit bigger than you, given
Yeah.
your small stature. But you hear a yelp of surprise as you're sort of walking in. It's like, what? Why is the book moving by itself? As the voice of a young man. It's kind of
Hi.
you feel the book sort of lift up away from you.
Oh.
And you see the presumably two children who are both like late teenagers, early adults, like between like 16 and 20. Like this mouse is talking. I know the mouse is talking. Why is the mouse talking? I don't know. Why is the mouse carrying a book? I don't know. Can we do something for you, mouse?
Oh, I just wanted to give you guys this book. It's from no one in particular, but
mm.
they thought you might like it.
Say a friend.
A friend, yeah.
The girl looks at the book and is like, that doesn't make sense. As the mayor comes back with a small pouch in his hand, he's like, Mouse, why are you in my house?
Oh,
No reason in particular.
Tell him he had to
Damn.
use the bathroom.
I was just off getting your reward and you've come into my house.
I was just going back out.
The son kind of looks up to the mayor and is like, oh, are these the guys that exploded a bird? Was it just the mouse or was there more? The mayor's like, there was more. But I assume they're still waiting outside.
yes.
I feel like through all of this, we're just looking through the windows, like flailing our arms, being like, "Look behind you!"
The son, you hear the son shout to you guys like, "Come in!"
Ooh.
After you guys, we're gonna. I guess we'll walk in.
Alright, so you guys walk in, and the man's like, well, here is your reward. And hands you a small pouch. Actually, as a point, the pouch you got from the warlock was about 60 gold.
Oh dang!
So, 10 gold each. This guy gives you a significantly smaller pouch, with 6 gold.
Which 6?
Yep.
Okay.
Which is still a fair bit, but significantly less. You see, as whilst the son is more just kind of amused by you lot, the daughter, who at a guess is a little older, is just staring at the book, with an expression of shock, horror, surprise.
Hello,
Oh.
Pen?
Yeah?
Oh, you said shock, horror, and surprise. That you went
Yeah.
silent, and we thought you
Yeah,
were describing more.
No, that was the end of the sentence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's got a look of, shock, horror, and surprise, so she just looks at the cover of it.
Guys,
Hmm.
do we leave the bird with her, or do we take it with us?
I don't know. They didn't say anything about the bird.
Okay.
So
Ignore-
the bird's gonna do what they want.
Yeah, true. Well, thank you
Speaking of the
for.
bird, the sun kind of it comes up and goes to poke the bird. As the mayor's like, no, don't do that, it'll bite you. Sun, ignoring, still just kind of taps the bird on the side. To which the
Who,
bird
the
is
mayor?
no the
No, the
sun.
boy.
Oh.
yeah, like 17-year-old kid.
Hmm.
Just kind of pokes the bird to the side. The bird looks at him, but doesn't do anything.
Hmm.
To which the sun responds by starting to pet the bird.
I guess the bird likes you.
That's a cool bird. Weird, it's familiar.
Hmm.
It is a familiar.
Ha. That's silly.
Joke.
I like you.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. I won't be. We'll be traveling out here.
You got weird eyes, though. Cool eyes, but weird.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I get that a lot.
You see as the girl has kind of just moved to, instead of, the crouching down, which she initially was, she's now sat, and still staring dumbfounded at this book.
Hmm. Hey, you okay?
She sort of stammers and eventually pushes, word. It's clear that she almost, had needed to find her words. Like, this, where did you, find this book?
Somewhere in the woods. It's not important.
She looks at you and she's not crying, but
Hmm.
you can see her eyes sort of welling up a bit. It's like, it is very important where you found this book.
Hmm.
You said you got it from a friend, or someone who said they were my friend. Who?
We try not to ask too many questions.
I
So,
wish you would, because you see as she kind of chokes back a bit. Like, that is my mother's name. My mother who died.
Hey, sidebar. This is hurting me.
Are you good?
In
You good?
character and not in character. It's hurting.
Are you good to continue, or do you want to take a quick break?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Okay,
good.
okay.
Keep going.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to. Make you guys uncomfortable about that shit.
No. This is in character for asking
Okay.
to be a little hurt about
Okay.
this because
Okay.
of you know.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, it's just, that is my mother's maiden name, and she died in the plague years ago. Many years ago. You see, the son sort of stops petting the bird, but he leaves his hand and like, oh my god, yeah, she. I don't remember her name. Surprised you do. You thought you were 4? And she slowly nods. You do also notice as the mayor is visibly uncomfortable.
Are you okay? After turns to the mayor.
Man, yes, fine. I just, It's been a long time since I've thought of my wife. I miss her dearly.
Mm.
Roll,
All
Oh.
of us are just like,
all of you roll me an insight check.
Insight.
That's a 4.
I'm back. I was my
Wait.
turn. Give me a second.
Inside. Oh, insight. That's
Hmm.
wisdom. Eight. 22.
22, Jesus. Alright, so Nishu got a 22 after.
I got 18.
18, Rose,
6.
6, and Flick.
4.
Okay.
Oh.
So Rose and Flick, you're kind of more preoccupied with the children. Well, children isn't quite the right word. The girls are like adult, but so yeah, you're not paying too much attention to the mayor's words. Aster and Nishu, bullshit. That he misses his wife.
What'd you say? Sorry.
I said, so Rose and Flick are a bit preoccupied with the kids. But you and Aster both know bullshit. He misses his wife.
Yeah.
He,
Mhm.
if anything, he is happy she's gone.
I'm gonna just stare
I
at
just
him.
kind of, yeah, me too. Like,
Mm-mm-mm.
just frown at him, looking up and down.
Falsehood.
It's about that
If you
time.
understand that reference.
I don't. But you see that the bird opens its mouth, which the sun kind of goes, oh, weird. And you hear the voice that spoke to you guys earlier. It's like,
Oh.
liar.
Oh!
Oh damn.
The daughter who is now basically hugging this book just looks at the bird, in shock. The son is finding this amusing and fun.
Like, oh, mom's gonna get you now. Oh.
That voice. The mayor kind of looks at you guys like, have you lied to me about where this bird came from?
Not technically. We said that it came from a traveling wizard, which I mean,
Not so
technically,
much traveling, but
Yeah.
And
they
she's
traveled a distance.
I mean, you lied to us just now, so.
You lied to us, first off.
You see him kind of shift as the sun sort of turns around like, wait, when did you lie? I wasn't paying attention.
I didn't lie.
we skirted around the truth.
Either way,
Mhm.
lied. He's saying he missed his wife,
Oh,
cause that's bull.
well, what? It's been 16 years. I mean, I don't really miss Mum. I was 1 when she died, so yeah, I don't really remember anything about her. The
I'm
daughter.
talking
Sorry, go.
mayor.
Yeah, the son is just kind of almost backing up his father about the whole, yeah, sure, okay, I get why he lied. You know, it's hard to miss someone after 16 years. I can understand why he doesn't. But the daughter kind of looks to the son and is like, that was Mum's voice who just said liar. The son then looks to the bird. Okay. Change of plans. Where the fuck did you get the bird?
We found it.
He sort of darts his eyes and looks at you and is like, found it where?
Mm.
More like it found us.
Yeah, found us.
The daughter is distraught here. The mayor is in a position of, oh shit, I need to come up with some lie to get out of this. The sun is almost just entirely filled with anger at this point.
Hmm.
For us or for him?
You see as he carefully puts his hand on your shoulder to get the bird onto his hand, and moves the bird onto his shoulder. Hold on. Gotta roll something real quick. Nishu, what's your AC?
Oh shit. 12.
Okay. You see, the rest of you see, Nishu, you feel as his hand moves very quickly and grabs your neck. And basically pushes you against the wall behind you.
Assistance.
Oh god, oh god.
Where did you find the bird, and where did you find the book?
I don't know if I want to tell you that.
Out.
You're
Ow.
being kind of threatening right now.
Let go of our wizard, and I'll talk.
He kind of looks down at you. It's like, now you talk, and then I let go of the wizard.
Wait. Can I use prestidigitation, to make it sound like someone's knocking at the door and, she's calling him from outside saying, like, open up?
Distraction.
Go on. Roll me a deception.
Oh!
With advantage.
Thank God I have a +5.
Yeah, you're a bard.
13 was the highest.
Okay. So you'll hear a knock on the door. And then, sorry, what does she say? What do you make her voice say, at least?
Say, just like, open up.
Everything just stops. The poor daughter is on the verge of tears. The mayor goes pale as a ghost. And the son just turns slowly to look at the door.
I'm like looking at the bird because I figure she can see what's happening, or at least hear what's happening.
The bird looks back at you. And then opens its mouth again. I'm not there, but I'm
Damn
not
it!
dead.
I'm not there, but I'm not.
At that point, the daughter bursts into tears, but also quickly gets up and starts hitting her father with the book. And shouting about how all this time, she thought her mother was dead. And
Oh no!
Just- all this time,
Hold it the
I thought she was dead. I thought... You see, she kind of stops and starts to compose herself. The son has released his grasp of Nisha's neck, but hasn't moved his hand away yet. He's still a bit stunned.
Oh, God. At least I can breathe again. That's nice.
He looks at the bear and is like... Mum? Where are you? And again, from the bird, you just hear, I'm in the tomb. The daughter stops beating the dad and just immediately marches out of the door, and the son quickly follows. Leaving you in
Wait, the
this...
son follows?
Yeah, the son goes with.
Okay.
And then we're stuck here because the dad's still holding on to Nishu.
No.
Wait, is
no,
the dad holding on to me or the
no,
son?
The son had Nishu.
The son let go.
Oh!
Yeah,
I
it was
thought it was the dad. Never mind.
No, the dad is over on the other side of the room and was just being hit with a book 5 seconds ago. But
Oh.
now it is a... Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I need to do something. Yeah. It is dead silent as soon as those two leave. As the mayor just stands there. And sort of just looking
We
down
follow.
at his hands.
We should follow the kids.
You should know I did what I had to.
Yeah.
She
And
she
Ain't
beca-
that hard?
she had become a monster. She sold her soul. I'm not in the wrong for agreeing with the townspeople. Am I?
Can I don't have it written down, but can I just repeat what she had said about doing what she had to save her children?
Yeah, absolutely.
I do that.
She let all the other children die. She doesn't have a soul anymore. Can she even care? She wasn't born with magic. She didn't train the magic. She just had it one day when our children were sick and dying.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no-
kind of what a warlock is.
That's no other way to
That's
get
me
that.
saying that, by the way.
Yeah, no worries. It's like there's no other way to get that kind of magic without trading your soul. And you know,
She
if
did what she had to do to save the kids.
but it's not like she could feel
And then you
anymore.
then you turn around and lie to them.
Should she
What
have
would-
let them die?
Would she let all of the others die?
I'm sure she would have saved them if she could have.
And she said she would have saved them.
Did she?
I could have sworn she did.
She said
She said she only had
regrets.
one soul.
Yeah,
She
she
regrets.
regrets not trying, well, not saving them or not trying to save them. But she only has the
Mm.
one soul to give.
at least she tried to do something.
Mm.
There was what was I supposed to do? There was a plague ravaging this town. The adults would be fine. They had a strong enough spirit, but children, they didn't. And
Not the spirit.
well, they don't. Their medicine understanding isn't, the best. They don't know about an
Yeah.
immune system. I She sold her soul. Could I really have just let her remain around our children?
The woman who saved your children, sorry, the person that saved your children is a monster now
Do you know someone?
because they did something that no one else thought of doing.
Is it that they didn't think to do it, or they thought better of it?
Mm.
She was seen as a monster to everyone in town. What was I supposed to do?
Be there for her.
Yeah, you chose to stand by your town instead of your family. Then again, I have no right to talk. Forgot that.
Mm.
There's still time to change for you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Sorry about that. He kind of just sits down, one of the chairs. And just hangs his head low.
There's still time to say something. To apologize.
Apologize to who? She
Your
wouldn't-
wife.
Your kids, at least.
Would they accept the apology this early? I don't even know
No
how
one
to...
says you have to apologize now, but you can.
That's up to you.
Yep.
So, what do you want to do?
I don't know. Through your actions, I have lost my children. Through mine, I lost my wife. Is there anything I could have done? I side with my wife and the townspeople hate us all. I side with the townspeople and ostracize my wife. I could have let her take the kids, but I already feared losing them. I couldn't lose them again. It wasn't that they were near death, they died. They had both died in our arms, and she brought them back. What does one have to do to undo death?
I guess there's nothing you really can do. At the moment, anyway. But maybe talking would do something, at least. Even if it's just how you been? Or a thank you. Did you ever say thank you for saving your kids?
No. When it was realized our children had lived, the toll of what she did was already visible on her. She looked like a corpse. When my children return, I will see about asking for their forgiveness.
Guys, do we want to bring him to go see his wife?
There's no point of forcing him if he wants to go.
Yeah, if he wants to go. You know.
What if I go first, and see her, and then repeat some of what he said to her to know like how he feels without there having to be an actual like confrontation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think good call, yeah.
Alright.
Let's go.
Let me turn the music back on.
Is the music off?
I turned it off, yeah. I turned it off for that. As soon as those kids left, I turned the music off.
Oh.
For the drama.
Yeah. Look, sure, music can add to a scene, but a lack of music can also do so.
Yeah. Well, since we had not using the bot anymore, unfortunately,
Yeah.
I don't have the stream playing, so I can't hear anything.
That's why
besides us talking.
that's why I'm streaming my screen, because the screen I'm sharing is playing music.
Oh, I still had it muted from yesterday.
Ah,
Now I have it playing.
there you go. Yeah. Do you guys wanna call it there? We've been going for 3 hours.
Do you want to call it there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can call it.
You guys do what you want.
Yes.
Take him like Mario style.
Because I know, Shy, you are gonna be streaming today.
Yeah.
Also, going more than 3 hours makes it difficult to download. Because reminder, these VODs are gonna be going up on YouTube starting, I think, either today or next week. I haven't decided.
Sometimes
Exciting.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I think we'll call it there for today. On a very melancholic note. As these children now know their mother is alive. And are on their way to find her.
The Flick is on their trail.
Yep. Alright. So, any closing remarks, you guys? We all good after a very emotionally heavy session?
I didn't mind it, personally. I kind of liked it. I liked
That
it.
was
too.
Yeah, I didn't mind it either. That was quick. It was fun. Yeah, like, I enjoyed myself.
Definitely not how
It was
I was
sad, yeah,
expecting that to go.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, honestly, me neither.
Was it all because of the book? The book. Would this interaction have happened if we didn't like take
Bring
the
the
book or say anything?
I'm the one who brought the book inside, so if
Yeah.
I think we probably would just got the money and gone.
Yeah, had you not
I
given the
will
book,
say,
they wouldn't have seen that mother's name.
I will say, if they hadn't confronted the dad, I was planning on like writing a note on the page that I had written the symbols and the words and the meanings to, saying a mother's love knows no bound. And like I was gonna rip that out and hand it to him. Well, try and hand it to him without the dad seeing. I was gonna give him pebble. I was gonna give him shiny rocks, like I usually do.
Well,
But try and like sneak that note as well.
you might have been able to. Well,
Yeah,
you still
and
might be able
then
to give him.
They had to confront the dad, and I was like, "Oh, never mind. Let me delete that real quick."
Of course, they were gonna confront the dad. If you realize that your father's been lying to you for 16 years of your life, so that's the thing. The son was 1 when they believed their mother died. The daughter was 4. And that's the thing. So she was barely old. She was just old enough to like remember certain things about her mum, like her last name, her voice. But she then spent 16 years of her life being told that her mother died in the plague. In a plague which actually she died in. So yeah, learning that, would you not go and hit your father?
I would.
I would.
Yeah, I mean, hell, had the son not already started his aggression on poor Nishu, there's,
Yeah, man.
who knows what would have happened to the father. Because I keep forgetting to describe characters. The son has a dagger on his belt.
Oh, that's fun. I would have died.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, he had no
A dead
intention.
wizard on the ground.
He had no intention of killing you because you had the information.
Yeah, that's true.
He just wanted to know the information. Yeah.
Yeah. He
If
was also going to
anything,
threaten to stamp on Aster if Aster had pushed him further.
Bruh.
If anything, I would have used the unseen servant to like hold him back.
We do still got
If
that.
anything. Oh my god, he's still around!
No,
That's right,
wait.
he's probably just been following us.
he's
Wait,
gone.
did it-
He's
did-
gone now.
Oh, it's gone? Okay.
Oh yeah, cause we moved and we didn't like tell him to like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also time limit.
Oh, okay.
Fair
okay.
enough.
I still would have summoned it and be like, help, help, help. I need it out here.
Help me out! Help me out! This is not a dance.
Technically, it could. It just doesn't attack. It can.
I can hold him back.
Hold-
Yeah.
It can
Oh.
or it can't.
Can.
Can?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. Drop that note down real quick.
Yeah. So, fun thing. This was
Yes.
bless you.
This is
'cause
tight.
I realized that pretty much every session before this had been like combat or just talking, more being sort of action and the chaotic fun. However, the entire campaign is not going to be chaotic fun. So part of the idea for the session was to sort of do a little intro into the more drama-filled things and the parts that will. Now, you guys don't. None of your characters have a personal stake in this situation, but this is supposed to show you, hey, there's going to be moments that are going to be painful, is the goal. It is supposed to make. I'm going to intend to have scenes to make you guys cry.
Yeah, this was hurting me.
I mean,
This was hurting me.
that's not. It's not hard to make me cry, but like,
Thank you, Mothman, for the follow. Welcome in.
come on,
Hello, Moth.
more moths.
We got a
Moth!
Moth.
Would you like a lamp? I have a few.
I don't have any lamps. But welcome in. Our lovely Nishu is usually a moth. In this
Yeah.
case, they are a wizard.
Wizard. You're
Uh,
a wizard, Harry.
Yes, welcome in. I hope you enjoy your time. If you're here for specifically the D&D, this happens every Sunday.
Same time.
Yep.
So, approximately 3 p.m. GMT.
Also, there's usually 6 people here.
Or 10 a.m. Eastern.
There you go.
Mhm.
Yes, there's usually 6 people here. And all of these people stream.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
I actually need to make a command for the D&D group, which just plugs all of you guys' things. Yeah, I was watching
Nice.
because I just got into D&D. D&D is so fun. These guys are amazing at it so far.
Thanks. Most of us have never played before, so
Yes.
that's a compliment. Guys, I just realized something.
What?
We don't have a name for our group.
Nope.
Should we
Nope.
do that next session when we have all 6 of us?
Is Flicker
Yeah, bro.
Kenku?
Yeah,
Flicker-
probably.
Yes,
Like-
I am.
Yeah. I tell you what, each of you introduce yourself and your characters. We'll start with Nishu, because you're on the far left.
I'm always first, I guess.
Well, we can
Even though
start
my
with
initiative is 2.
we can start with Flick if you want.
It doesn't matter. I don't care. Whatever you
Okay.
want.
Well,
They
we'll-
brought up like first, so
Okay, we'll start with Flick.
Okay.
Flick, go ahead.
Yes. So, hello. I am Sea Salt Jellyfish. My character is Flick, who is a Kinku bard. Yeah.
Sea Salt streams, mostly art, but also some games.
Yeah, mostly art. I was playing games last night. We played like 3 different games last night.
Yes, we did. the first two we played the same game, and the third one we each played a different game. Alright,
Yeah.
next...
I also draw some D&D related stuff. Speaking of which, I gotta put a portfolio together of my shit.
Hmm.
Anyway, unrelated.
Yeah, Cecil
That's
actually
me
drew
being
that...
forgetful.
Flick, Cecil drew the little image of Flick. Next we have...
Well, I did, yeah.
Yes, next we have Rosé.
All right. Well, I go by Teddy Bear Ty on basically everything, but I am Rosé. I'm a tiefling bard. It looks like a funny little jester.
Also
This
streams,
is-
also does a lot of art, but also games.
Yeah.
Remind me, it was Shy who drew your image, wasn't it?
Yes. Shy drew my.
Do I have a command? Because I've got a command for the rest of you. Do I have a command for Ty? I feel like I've added one, but I also can't remember if I did. It'd be very rude if I haven't.
Ties in the other one of those other timers that says follow these artists. She's one. Wait, no, she's not. Wait, yes, she is. She's at the bottom.
Alright,
That timer.
yeah, I'm gonna work on a D&D timer. For now, next character is Aster.
Hi, I'm Shy Draws 99. Normally, I'm a silly little clown, like the emoji you see screaming in chat. But for D&D, I am a mousefolk rogue, and I'm the leader.
In our tank.
Yeah.
Accidental tank. But yeah,
Nugget.
again, streams on Twitch, does a lot of art, but also some games. I'm gonna make it clear now, all of these people are artists and amazing artists.
Yeah, I'm drawing right now.
Element's Discord link, it doesn't work. No! It's homophobic. I need to fix my Discord link, apparently. Yeah, remind me, you all do commissions? Or, no, Ty, you don't have your commissions open right now, do
Yeah,
you?
I don't have commissions open right now. No.
Okay, the rest
For
of them...
sure, everybody else does.
Yep.
But yes, Aster is streams art and some games. And last but not least, Nishu.
Hi, I'm Onyx Art, also known as Moth. I play a character named Nishu, who is a human-ish wizard, and I stream art and sometimes gaming.
Try that D&D,
all
that
I
Discord
got.
link. Yes. Also, there are commissions for, I need to add commission links for you guys. We've also got two people who aren't here
Also-
today. Oh, go on.
Yeah. No, go ahead. I was gonna say it too.
Yeah. One being the nugget soup you see in, chat right now. They also stream. Nugget, you're just a variety streamer for games, mostly, aren't you? Yes, good. Wonderful. Look at me. Look at me go. If you like chaos, go to Nugget streams. There is no order. There is no order. There is no cohesion. It is pure chaos. Everyone else has at least some level of cohesion. Nugget refuses. Hey, look, there's the artists. There you go. Those are our 4 current players as well, which is just convenient.
Woo.
Yep.
I'm gonna add a timer for the D&D group, but also command. I should probably add your guys' cards and stuff to that. Whatever, I'll figure it out later. And then we've also got, Sinister. I don't actually know what, he streams.
Games.
Mostly like, what was it? He told me. He said Fortnite and like shooty games,
There you go.
like those. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know how to describe them.
Fair enough. Yes, we stream the D&D every week on Sunday. Other than that, I stream at a sporadic time. I am going to put together an actual schedule, which I think I might put up tomorrow, and that might include YouTube videos as well. Because, yeah, the VODs are going to be going up on YouTube, I think, starting today.
Except episode 2.
Shush, we don't need to talk about that. You suggested an idea to solve the episode 2 issue, which we might just do.
Yeah.
um, But, yeah, so... I hope you enjoy your time here. Welcome in. And yeah, definitely go follow these other people. Their streams are amazing.
Uno reverse card.
No.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing, you can't tell them to follow me. They already are. So ha! I win.
True.
Subscribe if you
yes.
have the funds.
Yes, we do
There,
also
now
have...
you can't say anything.
we also have Zero in chat, who is our lord of memes. Which, hey, since you joined the Discord, yeah, you'll see the memes there.
Quality.
They are good memes. Alright, the last half hour was just shilling, but whatever. Any other sort of things you guys... Oh, also, this lovely background, before I forget. This amazing background was made by Winnie Buttercup. Go follow them on Instagram.
Winnie's great too.
Yeah,
Follow Winnie.
they are a nut job who doesn't like accepting money. And so they say, oh yeah, just give me exposure. That's not how it works, Winnie. I don't know if you're in chat, but Winnie, let me give you money.
Winnie
But-
was here earlier.
Winnie was here earlier. They just went Peter the horses. But yes, instead they ask for exposure, so plenty of exposure. Go follow them. They are amazing. I know they're working on a project right now, which I'm excited to see.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, it looks amazing so far. Very spooky. Yeah, I think that's everything. We are ending the session today, or for today. Do any of you want to say anything to chat before we go?
Subscribe. Subscribe to Ginger. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Maybe subscribe
Oh,
to
yeah.
maybe subscribe to the YouTube channel that there isn't a
Nugget.
Pocket is here.
Nugget.
oh, and Nuggets here.
Click.
Hold on.
I said boo.
Flick
Click
it.
is
Oh,
in
no!
the way.
Switch it, flick.
I'm sitting on.
I hide. Yes, sir.
I did it because I was so far away from everyone else.
It's fine. There you go, problem solved. Alright, yeah. So, have to look-
Spooky. Sorry.
okay, so, yes. Nugget joining right at the end. But yeah, my mind is blanked. Raid, that's what we needed to do.
Yeah, we're gonna raid somebody. I'm pretty sure we're gonna do that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the delayed answer.
Good job, man.
Right, who are we gonna raid?
Judy is online.
I don't think I've raided them before.
The one who made my. They made my spinning moth.
Ooh. I feel like I may have watched some of their streams before. But I... No,
It's up
need
to you though.
Yes, I
Round,
do.
baby.
I have watched their streams, but only when you rate them. So yes, we're gonna go raid Junie. Another amazing artist. Alex. Wonderful, you already did it. I was gonna say, send an example of their art. I've been suddenly dark DM. Alright. Yes, so we're gonna go raid Junie. Go say hi, compliment their art, be nice, the usual stuff. Uh, other words. You're all amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, D&D again next week. 3 p.m. GMT. What is it? 10 a.m. EST.
Yeah.
Every Sunday. I don't know if anyone's not
10
gonna be.
a.m.
That's what I said.
You said 10 p.m.
Fuck you. It's 10 p.m. somewhere.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Oh yeah. But yes. Thank you all so much. I'm intending to like put up a schedule that I'm gonna attempt to follow. Maybe later today. And yes. That's it. Go follow all of these wonderful people. They're all amazing. I haven't got a proper link for them, but go follow them. Alright, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Uh,